mage guy the lobby owner and not Blazing or me or you.
Yeah, that's because Blazing left after making the lobby, so it went directly to the person who joined the session.
So Drolo, so who has a streamer? The streamer isn't even here in the lobby yet.
Gonzo,
Drolo? No, I don't think Drolo's a thing. Ask this Blazing first.
yeah, it's Gonzo, right?
Yeah, Drolo too was this guy. He's the like this thing.
Yep, yeah, we're live.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. Two people left, that's party.
Okay, yeah, hey guys, welcome back to Aphelion Mobile League Wild of South Asia. So today we are finally into the group stages of the brackets 4, and today we have the game between DC and what's the other team name? Hey, what's gonna please remind me again?
Then, Dynasty.
Yeah, Dynasty and DC, right? So both of these teams have been playing consistently and have been performing consistently with past few months in the Rift Wars, and both of these teams have great potential. So it's all going to be coming down to this game, who is going to be qualifying into this group, right? Because this group is filled with all of these tier 1 teams, like, Dynasty, Doppelganger Crew, and PGB, right? So watching all of these games, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of the games are going to be very, very close to, but it's all going to be coming down to who executes the comp better, who executes the craft better. So now that we are in lobby, so looking at the comp, right? So you can see Dynasty playing with a new jungler. I've not seen the jungler anywhere, so it's gonna be a bit of surprise seeing a random jungler playing in this league.
True, interesting. His wins tournament, but he is fresh blood, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and let's see how it goes. And so also looking at the comp, so what do you feel the draft is going to be looking into this game? Because especially this being a best of one, right? So we all know Lost is a proper Lee Sin player. So do you feel the Lee Sin ban is going to be coming out in this game, or do you feel the Lee Sin is going to be left open?
So, saying that the jungler does not play Lee Sin that much, I mean, I feel he's a Jax main more on. So, it could be, unless they get first pick, they'll most probably ban Lee Sin. Lee Sin is one of the strongest jungler, has been from the starting, really consistent in all healers, high healers especially. So, Lee Sin, I guess, most probably will go for a ban.
Yeah, especially after Lee Sin getting the buff, right? So Lee Sin is just going to be dominating in the meta right now. Because even if you go to your rank games, right, Lee Sin is always insta pick if he's not in one of the 5 bans, right? So Lee Sin, I feel, is going to be banned out in this game as well. So not just about Lee Sin, right? So other junglers as well. So what do you feel? Do you feel Kha'Zix is going to be being picked up? Because I've been seeing a lot of Kha'Zix being picked up in competitive nowadays. Because Indians are slowly adapting to the Kha'Zix meta because they know Kha'Zix is so extremely SSR jungler, and not picking him is going to be, denying you the one-shot assassin potential with Kha'Zix brings along with him.
True. The Kha'Zix potential for ganking is really good. You can just pick out targets so really well. You can see how it goes. We can also see that DC is playing with a new support. It's Doom from Ruination. That is also going to be really interesting.
Yeah, so the bit of roster change is coming on in last minute. So I mean, it all comes down to execution at the end of the day, right? Because it doesn't matter how good you are. Because if you're not going to be playing good in a 5v5 scenario against these good teams, right? It doesn't really matter how good you do in your rankings. Because even if you look at the ranks, right, most of the players are in Emerald, most of these players are in Diamond. But it's all going to be coming on who reaches challenge at first. But nobody really cares about that. So what are your thoughts? Who do you feel has slight edge in this game? Do you feel DC is going to be taking this game, or do you feel Dynasty is going to be taking this game?
It's a tough call. Both teams have one new player in their team, so their teamwork might be taking a hit from that. But otherwise, both teams are equally good. Can't say anything.
Yeah, but I do feel Dynasty has a bit of advantage over here because, as far as I know, Dynasty Zack, right? Dynasty Zack was one of the best mid laners, especially after seeing him playing against DGT in the wildest in the circuit. I've just become his new fan. So if he's going to be playing on something like a Katrina, something like a Kali, something like a Diana, right? One of these assassin mid laners, I do feel DC doesn't have a chance. But let's see. It all again comes down to execution, right?
Akali mid is going to be really trouble.
Okay, so
Still waiting for one member to join that. Let's hope that he joins as soon as possible.
yeah, so if you're new to this stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also share the stream because the game is going to be starting very, very soon. And also, not just this game, we have a series of action-packed games lined up for you. The second game being TGT versus Dynasty, and third game being TGT versus Doppelganger Crew. So all of the games today, right, are going to be very, very close to each other. So you don't want to be missing out on any of these games. So make sure you share the stream and also like the stream so that we can keep providing more quality content for you. If the party wait one of players restart how long?
So, what's your opinion about the new patch?
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely a great fan of the new patch. Riot has definitely been watching the meta, and they have been doing the right bans, right nerfs and right buffs, right? Because Akshan was overly good, and him getting a big nerf was a thing which we needed. Even Jarvan was extremely, extremely good in the jungle, and him getting a slight, you know, dent on his shiny armor was the thing which we really needed. And also Camille, right? Camille has been dominant in the meta, no matter where you play, even in the Baron lane, even in the jungle. She has been good. Even after the nerfs which we need, which killed the jungle, she has been overperforming in the Baron lane. So, I mean,
True.
all of the bans, right? All of the nerfs, connecting nerf, Camille nerf, Jarvan nerf, I think
Baron
all of these are
lane has
needed.
been focused this patch, true indeed.
Yeah,
Baron lane has been really strong for a long time now, especially with the Renekton. Now, Baron lane as a whole has taken a hit, so we'll see how the new meta works.
yeah, so obviously Riven is the one champion which has not been touched in this matter. And Riven Riven being untouched, gives a lot of advantage to skilled players who actually know how to play Riven right because there are like millions of combo you can do on Riven, and Riven wins in every single lane matchup which you put her against, right? She can win against, she can win against a Camille, she can win against Irelia, she can win against Mundo. Anything you put against a Riven, you win against her. And her not being touched this patch definitely means ki Riot wants her to be coming in a meta again. So Riven is definitely going to be coming up in the meta ever since like now the Renekton's got a slight nerf, Jarvan's got a slight nerf, Camille's got a slight nerf. What are your thoughts on
So,
Garen and Darius? Because these two champions have been rivals for a very, very long time, and it all comes down to whoever gets the first blood wins the debate. So what do you
so
feel about them? Ever since like now that all the meta picks have been nerfed, do you think Garen and Darius are going to become the meta picks again?
well, I feel Garen has a very strong late game compared to Darius. Um, Darius has really good team fights, but Garen's ultimate is just too powerful. Especially since she received a slight buff in the last patch with her ultimate cooldown being decreased. So Garen is doing really well right now. Darius, well, Darius has seen better times, but still a strong pick. Well, after the nerfs to the other Baron laners, maybe we'll actually see Garen versus Darius a lot more.
Yup, let's see how it's going to coming out. Also, talking more about the support picks, right? So I've been seeing a lot more Thrush in the meta right now because now that people know how exactly to play Thrush, I'm seeing a lot of Thrush.
True, true. The game with Noxie's Crash was amazing.
Yep, exactly. How exactly Noxie played his Thrush yesterday. That was like just ooh la la. Him playing Thrush, he was a real carry for AOT yesterday. Like him hooking every single person's and engaging, creating those opportunities for Ishan to follow up, for Blizzard to follow up. That was, that just sealed the deal for Bichu Bang yesterday. And talking more about the tournament itself, right? So we have already the winners from Group A, and there's gonna be who's the winner? Who's the winner from Group A?
Group A winners are Aphelion and believe it's not sure about that.
Okay, I think it's Aphelion and PDT if I'm not wrong. And from Group B, it's gonna be Level Up and Alpha Q. And from Group C, it is gonna be uh what is the AOT? Yeah, AOT and what was the other team which qualified?
Not sure about that.
I think it's Arc Volt or something like that. The Bladix team.
Yeah, Arc World.
Yeah, Arc Volts. And now this it's gonna be coming down to who qualifies from this thing. So already you can see the qualifiers are packed with all of these tier one teams, and this is gonna be deciding who's gonna be joining in the qualifiers at the last two teams. And I'm telling you, this bracket is one of the hardest brackets because they have one of these teams and none. This team, this this bracket is not overpowered by some really OP team, and that's the best part about this bracket, right? All of these teams are like semi-good teams, and they have a chance of winning this thing, right? It's not like this bracket is dominated by any one single good team.
Oh. Well, it's been a long wait for 10's player to come.
Okay, I don't know what's taking them so long. So finally, this guy is over here. This Platinum, this JP guy is over here. And let's see how the JP guy is going to be playing because he is a streamer as well. If I'm not wrong, he's a streamer. Right?
Yes, he's a streamer. Iron is a really promising streamer.
Okay, so now it's gonna be like finally the guys over here. So we are gonna be starting with the game soon, and what talking more about the draft. I fucking start, man. Let's fucking start. Okay, so we are going to be seeing the teas and good lucks coming out from both sides, and finally we are going to be moving into the draft phase. So, what are your thoughts? What do you feel is going to be coming out in this game? Because from what I know, this JP guy is a Mumu one trick guy, and if he doesn't play a Mumu, he loses the game. I think that's what I know about him. What about you? What do you feel the draft is going to be revolving around?
Well, Amumu has received a pretty decent buff. I mean, after the bandage stars increased to two stacks, well, initially Amumu was not doing that well in the meta because of the nerves he suddenly got along with that. But after the buffs, he got this badge. Be viable right
So
now.
I'm really excited to see Amumu, right? Because Amumu has been getting consistent buffs for the past two patches, and yet he's not seen in the meta. People don't prefer to play him in the Baron. People don't prefer to play him in the support. And jungle, obviously, if you are going to be picking jungle, people are just going to be picking Lee Sin. People are just going to be picking Pantheon, and just fucking up your early game. So, kind of feels bad for the Amumu, the sad zombie. Nobody really wants to play him. He doesn't really have any friends. So, I'm sad. Look at the draft, right? So we already see the first ban coming out, and it's gonna be the Lee Sin. So we already told you, Lost is a one-trick Lee Sin. He has over 1,000 games on Lee Sin, and Dynasty knows that, and that's exactly why they're just gonna be banning Lee Sin away from Lost. So really great, at least draft coming out from Dynasty, at least in the first few halves. And looking at the bans from uh DC, right? They're going to be preferring to ban Krakus and Akali. I'm not really sure why ban on the Krakus because Krakus is that one champion, right? It's good
Well,
if you play him right, but he's not been like very very consistent in the meta right now. People don't really prefer picking him right now because he's not really that good in the jungle. Also, not really that uh, overrunning in the battle lane also. So Krakus ban, I'm not really sure what went into it, but it is what it is, and Krakus ban it is gonna be.
we see a 6 first pick, a really good choice indeed. 6 has been the meta for so long. Even the slight nerfs he got in the last patch hasn't affected him much. He's still pretty much the mid meta. Well, with Diana gone, 6 is one of the strongest picks.
Yeah, but Danagon 6 is one of the strongest because also there's this one champion that everybody forgets to recollect, and that's Irelia. Irelia is that one champion, right? If you play her right, even if you're a bad skilled player, right? If you play her right, you can just 1v5. You can literally 1v5 Irelia. Irelia has that kind of potential, but nobody seems to realize that because Irelia is once again, a very mechanically hard champion, right? And acing Irelia is definitely most definitely going to be giving you a win, and that's I really want to be seeing Irelia in this game. And not just that, though, Ziggs being picked up on the side of DC. No, that's not DC, right? It's that
D.
Dynasty, right?
That's
So
Dynasty.
that is going to be counted just by immediate first Varus pick and a Pantheon pick. So Varus and Pantheon, both of these picks are meta right now. Varus is one of the best ADCs you can have right now, and Pantheon, I'm telling you, Pantheon is the champion which needs to get nerfed. Pantheon is like extremely good. You have a like literal Spartan playing in the lobby, and that is very broken because Pantheon's early game, and not just the early game, right? Pantheon has been, misguided to be just the early game champion, which falls off late game, but that's not true, right? Because even in the late game, if you can land a stun and if team can follow up on that, right? Pantheon does provide a utility, right? And also, not just that, the split push potential which Pantheon has, right? This grand starfall. You can just use the ultimate wherever, whenever, and just come for the team fight even if you're split pushing. So I'm really
And the
excited to see
armor
Pantheon.
penetration you get from Pantheon's ult is so good in team fights. It just destroys teams. It's a really good debuff to the enemy team.
Yeah, exactly. And Pantheon being picked in jungle alongside Jarvan, so I'm not really sure what's going on over here. Is it going to be Pantheon jungle, Jarvan lane, or Jarvan jungle, Pantheon lane? Because either of them works good on in both the lanes, right? And we are going to be seeing the next ban come out, and it is going to be a Camille ban and a Zax ban along with the Arela ban. So we can see all of these bans are focused towards the battle lane champions, and I don't think there are none left for Dynasty to pick up, except for maybe the Renekton, I guess. Or Renekton's a one viable option along with Garen, but look at
And
this
well,
ban.
Riven is still open, so
Riven is still open, but I don't think Riven's going to be being picked up because Riven requires a lot of skills, and I don't think anyone is. Okay, let's not go towards that. Uh, I don't think Riven's going to be picked. I think it's going to be Garen or something like that. I think Garen's going to be picked up.
will we finally see an Amumu in the Baron game?
Okay, so decent bans coming out, and we are going to be seeing the Nami being picked up by the side of DC. And Nami, yeah, I would feel, yeah, Nami's a great pick coming into this comp because you already have tanky champions like Jarvan, you already have uh, a frontline like Pantheon can frontline, and Nami just going to be hard to healing them up and providing those engages. That's just going to be meaning to have a very beautiful comp. And not just that, looking at the side of DC also, right? They have Braum, they have Akshan, and Akshan is that I don't know. I don't really know what to tell about Akshan because Akshan is a champion. You either hit or miss. Either you're extremely good or you're just an average ADC. And being average on Akshan is not going to be giving you anything because even an average Jinx can be better than an average Akshan, right?
True, like other ADCs definitely do give a lot more potential and damage, but the main thing we can focus on production is the passive, the revives. Late game, it's going to be so priceless. Even just takedowns will give him such good revives that your team can just come back from even the toughest of spots.
Yeah, obviously the passive which Akshan carries with him is like extremely game breaking. If you can play him right, you are one of the best ADCs. But when you have champions like Miss Fortune, right, which are much more consistent with the damage output, much more consistent with gang potentials and stuff, I would rather go for something like a Fortune over Akshan, right? If you're not really extremely good with the micro speed, right? And but it is what it is, and they are going to be trying to play with Akshan over here, and also seeing the jungle pick. It is going to be the Sinzong in the jungle and Jace in the Baron lane. So I think Jace in a Baron lane versus a Pantheon, versus a Jarvan. Jace is definitely the champion which we all forget, right? And Jace is obviously one of the top Baron picks, top jungle picks, and maybe even in the mid lane. So it all can be coming down to how the JP guy is going to be playing on Jace, right? Because Jace requires a lot of not a lot of skills, but decent amount of skills, and playing him right requires skill. So I hope they can pull this comp off because just looking just purely at the draft, I feel DC has an advantage in this game.
Well, you know it goes.
Yeah, because just look at the comp. Both the mid-laners, right? They have a Six and they have Orianna. So both of them are like a late game centric comps. Like Orianna can 1v9, Six can 1v9. But then again, you have a Varus, you have a Jace, right? So if Varus can land a proper chain of corruption and they can get everyone, right? If they can get everyone, because look at the comp, they have to be sticking next to each other. They have a Braum, they have a Sinzao, they have a Jace, all of them are frontline. And if one ultimate lands from Varus, right, it's going to be chaining all of them, and that's going to be meaning the end of Dynasty. So let's see how it's going to be working out for them. Because looking at the draft, I think DC has a better advantage in this game.
Oh, we
Minions
see a
have
6
spawned.
ADC. That is interesting. And an Akshan mid.
Okay, it's gonna be Akshan mid and 680. So this is even more sus, right? This is even more sus. Why are you gonna be playing something like a 680C? Okay, it's okay. 680C is better. Obviously, it's meta when you're a Chinese or a Korean. But when you're Indian and playing 680C, trying to wanna be cool, it's not gonna be working out.
Well, meta is meta, I guess. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. But I'm really excited. If the virus is good, he can just fuck the six up. Blue team is surrendered? What the fuck?
Ah,
Oh my god, just don't tell me that's gonna be a remake because this is just cancerous. Having remakes after
Victory!
delaying for like some 15 minutes and you're gonna be surrendering, what's the point? Okay, so
well,
is there some sort of lag issues or something like that? Because this is annoying, right? It's honestly very annoying. You know, having these remakes because this game was supposed to start at 7:30 and it's already 8. And if there's going to be a remake, so the entire stream is going to be delayed. So, guys, if you're still watching, so make sure you share the stream, also like the stream because there are 25 of you watching and just 11 likes. So, you know, make sure you like the stream as well. So we'll be back with the game. If there's a remake, we'll be back with the game, or else we'll be back with the second game, which is going to be TGT versus Dynasty or TGT versus DC. I'm not really sure, but one of the games is going to be coming up pretty soon. So make sure you stay tuned to the stream. Bro, what the fuck? Man, there's gonna be the same drops. I think there was some technical issue. One of the DC players just got disconnected. Sorry, one of the Dynasty players just got disconnected, and so we are gonna be back with the game. Okay, so now that Dynasty, you know, right? It's gonna be six in the bottom lane, Akshan in the mid lane. Do you think DC knows it's gonna be six in the bottom lane and Akshan in the mid lane? So what do you feel? Do you think that's gonna be giving them a slight mental advantage?
well, what is we can? They could either switch it up right now. So
And
both are
also,
viable in both lanes. So it can be really interesting as to what will actually go on.
and also just looking at the Jarvan's review, right? Why is this Jarvan playing on Ari? Is he supposed to play on that? I think
Wow.
the normal thing which he gave, the normal thing which he go on Jarvan is Conqueror or something like that, right? I'm not really sure, but
True, true.
it's definitely not Ari. I'm really sure about that. And this, over here, I think.
It's my I haven't seen Jarvan with Airy much either, but well, let's see how that goes.
Yeah, let's see how that goes on for them, and especially it's a Jarvan lane as well. It's not like it's going to be Jarvan jungle also. So let's see how it's going to be working out for them. And what is this delay? Yeah, exactly this delay, right? You want to Vishy being extremely okay. Never mind. So yeah, both junglers are going to be starting with the opposite side of the map. Pantheon's going to be starting with the red. Akshan's going to be Zinda's going to be starting with the red as well. And so now that the Ori, look at the Ori and the Akshan in the mid lane, right? They are already exchanging blows over here. Ori is already getting poked with Akshan. So here's why, right? You can see Akshan is already playing, knowing his champion, knowing his micro, doing what to do, doing the right things at the right time, right? He's already built up so much pressure on Oriana in the mid lane, and this is I mean, this is kind of going
Oriana
to be crazy.
already forced you take the fruit already now, and Akshan is poking her really hard.
Yep, exactly. Like Oriana, like I don't think Akshan is like gonna be letting Oriana scale into the late game because that's just how Akshan is playing right now. I think Oriana's gonna be having an extremely hard time in the lane, and also the thing with the champions like Pantheon, right? You're supposed to put the Oriana ahead in the early game so that they can carry, but that's not happening either as well. So Pantheon is finally going to be coming in the mid lane, trying to gang, trying to make something happen, but nothing's really going to be happening because he was warding on the top side, but then he knew Zinza was going to be there as well. JS was there earlier than Jarvan, so that is going to be give the top priority to the Dynasty side. Meanwhile, Pantheon's going to be going down to the bottom fight. We are going to be seeing a skirmish happening over here as well. Six, so we hear Akshan's going to be exhausted, and we are going to be seeing a lot of trades being happening. Ori is going to be the person who's going to be getting caught.
Blue
Both
team
flashing
first
use and
blood.
Oriana is
And
going to be getting
we
caught.
Red
see
team
first
champion
blood and
slain.
Akshan getting the kill.
Blue team double kill. Red team champion slain.
Just go ahead.
Blue team champion slain.
Akshan goes down, and the end surviving with a sliver of health.
Yeah, exactly. This whole fight, right? Oriana was just caught off guard. Matlab, she knew she doesn't has. She knows there's like so many champions around that. The JS was so sorry. The Zinza was over there. The Six is going to be over there. The Brom's going to be there. But still, Oriana's going to be blind walking over there, knowing that Akshan is already beating her in lane. And yet you're going to be making mistakes like that. That is going to be costing you a lot. And with all of those fast bloods going towards Akshan, right? Akshan is already 2-0. And a 2-0 Akshan is has to be against, right? Akshan fed is going to be a lot more annoying than someone else fed in the team, right?
We can say in the Baron lane that both of them are trading almost equally.
So both of these are trading almost equally, but I'm not really again sure about Jarvan with Ari because
Well, Jay
that is
still
also
has a
the thing.
gold advantage because Jarvan had gone early game to help his jungler with the red buff. So Jace is currently reading with about 300 gold, 100 gold.
No, not just that, right? Even the Jace, right? Even he is running a very weird zone. Why would you go fleet on Jace? Just go Conqueror. If you're not confident with Conqueror, just go Electrocute. Why go something so thrown like this? So both of these battle laners proving key, uh, they don't have both of these Baron, there is going to be a Baron gap in this game. Both of the Baroners not being at the very best, not playing with optimal runes, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because if as long as there's your teammates playing good, Baron difference, I mean, your Baron in a being bad doesn't really matter. And now that the Dragon's going to be up, it's almost 4 minutes, and you know what time it is, right? Indian meta, 4 minutes fight honi chahiye, and that's exactly what's going to be seeing. Jace and Zinza are already going to be at the Rift Hurdle, going to be bursting it down immediately, but then Pantheon is going to be there as well, but nothing really is happening, right? So we
They
are
do
already
not
seeing a
have
massive
vision
Blue
over
team
there,
has slain the Rift
and
Herald.
that is a free Rift Herald for them.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a free referral. What is DC thinking? This is not something you're supposed to do.
And
And Akshan making a very bad
Akshan
play over
goes
that is going to be getting punished over
Blue
that. We
team
are going to be seeing a
champion
big
slain.
punishment come on. An army ultimate comes in, Ziggs ultimate comes in, but they are not able to get any. Oh, okay, they get the kill on Akshan. So Akshan played a little bit greedy over that, grieved over that. He had the free rip herald, he had the stuff. His team just had to fight, but Akshan went and rose the stars and things, and then instead over that kind of bad, and that is going to be giving DC a big advantage. They're going to be able to secure the win, the Cloud Dragon without any contest, and That
Red team
means
has slain
the
the
Pantheon's going to be able to
dragon.
resist
Jungler,
even faster.
meanwhile, just ignoring the dragon totally and going for the Baron lane tower.
Yep, exactly. And now that
First
we are going to be
turret
seeing the
destroyed.
top lane being
Blue
pushed out with the
team
turtle, we are
champion
going to be seeing
slain.
DC do to complete the same thing on opposite side of the map as well. We are going to be looking to get the bottom turtle because at top side, right, the Rift is still alive. The Rift is going to be hitting another shot, and we are going to be seeing the Rift Heddle put up another shot. We are going to be seeing
Red
Jarvan die
team
as well. So
champion slain.
top laners making this stuff happen, Sinter making this stuff happen, even carrying the chase in the process. So DC is Dynasty is just out macroing DC. DC weren't
Blue
able to
team
get any of the kills
champion
in the bottom
slain.
side. Meanwhile, Dynasty getting the kill, getting the tower, and
Red
also
team double
getting
kill.
2 plates off the
Killing
second Baron
spree.
tower, right? So all in all, I think Dynasty is in a bit of advantage because just look how ahead the Zinza is. Look how ahead the Akshan is. Akshan is almost 1k goal ahead. And if Pantheon doesn't make stuff happen over here, which he's trying to make something happen, going straight on Akshan, but he's going to be missing Akshan slightly. No, he's not
Rampage.
going to be missing. He's going to be able to get the kill. So proper follow-up
Red
coming
team
from the
double
Nami as well, and
kill.
they are able to get the Braum as well. So
Unstoppable.
here's where DC is making a comeback. Getting a shutdown on Akshan, getting a shutdown, not a shutdown, but getting the kill on Braum. So DC is over here to prove if we can push out on the top side, we can do the same thing on the bottom side of the map as well. So DC is finally coming back into this game, and with that, I think the goal advantage is slightly towards the favor of DC as well, getting almost 500 goal lead. So all of the advantage with Akshan was able to secure with the top turret and even the mid gap, right? DC is able to get it all back just because of the Pantheon.
Akshan still has a lead on Oriana by about 1000 gold, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, because even Jace build, right? Jace is just going for the Black Cleaver build. I think Black Cleaver build is a decent build, yes, which is supposed to go right now. But it again depends on how he's going to be playing it out, right? Because Akshan is going to be playing in the top side right now. Jarvan's is going to be playing top side, but Jarvan needs to do something, right? Because if Jarvan's not going to be doing anything, because especially you being a Jarvan, right? You can't play like a backseat gamer. You're supposed to make these things happen. Just look how aggressive the Pantheon is playing. Him making plays happen. The same thing's supposed to be happening with Jarvan as well. If Jarvan can make plays happen and there's going to be follow up from Pantheon, TC is going to be definitely winning out this game. But that's not the case. And Jarvan just playing backseat gaming, not really doing anything, just clearing out the waves after Akshan is pushing them out. So all of these teams, right, are just looking to farm right now, not really looking to engage anywhere else right now, just looking to farm and just fight for the next dragon because the next dragon is going to be an infernal dragon, and that's going to be a dragon which everyone wants to fight for, right? Because you have a six, you have a six, you have a GS. All of these champions, right, are going to be extremely benefiting from all the poke and damage benefits with the infernal dragon gift. So I think that is definitely going to be looking to contest for this dragon, but DC is going to be there to contest for that as well. And now that the Rift Herald is going to be spawning in another 15 seconds, uh, who do you feel if we're winning out that fight? If there's ever going to be a fight happening with that?
Well, it's a tough call. Both the objectives are about to spawn, so it's really a question of who's going to take it first. And in
Dominating.
bottom, we can see that six getting caught out right there.
Yeah, so Pantheon, this is exactly what I'm telling you, right? Pantheon making all of these plays happen. He's making all of these fancy plays, making stuff happen, right? If Jarvan starts doing the same, then I think DC is going to be having a
Blue
clear
team lost
gap
a
in this
turret.
game, man. Now that the Pantheon has pushed on the top side, DC though, then it's no, Pantheon's on the top side, Oriana's on top bottom side,
Blue
so we
team
can get a
has
free Rift
slain the
Herald.
Rift
That's
Herald.
exactly what they're going to be doing, getting the free Rift Herald, and they're going to be looking to recall. And now that the Fire Dragon, the Infernal Dragon, which is going to be spawning in another 8 seconds, so we are going to be seeing a proper 5v5. And already, look at the poke from the Jace, just one S1, and sorry, just one
And
S1, and that
well,
already melts so much of the HP from the Nami and the Paris. But that doesn't really matter, right? Because when you have a Nami in the team, you can just heal people up, heal people back up, and that's what Nami is doing. And look how fast DC is going to be doing. We are going to be seeing a proper engage over there. This Braum is going to be engaging over there, gets a 5-man ultimate, Jix is going to be following that up,
Red
but
team
that is
champion
not enough
slain.
follow-up.
Red team
Zinda is going to be a little bit
champion
too late,
slain.
and is going to be
Red
down the
team
cleanup as well.
champion
Akshan is going to be
slain.
going in
Shut
slightly deep,
down.
trying to make something happen, but 6 damage. Oh my god, and Akshan again with the ultimate, she is going to be able to get the kill. No, did he not get the kill? I'm not really sure what really happened over there. Oriana just took 0 damage from Akshan's ultimate. Let me just look at
the
Oriana's build.
the tower blocked all of the damage.
Blue team champion
Okay,
slain.
can that happen?
Blue
I'm
team
not really
has
sure
slain
if
the
that happens or
dragon.
not, but that doesn't really matter
Yes.
because meanwhile Akshan was doing all of this fancy plays, trying to get the kill, trying to get the revive. Zinza was basically taking the dragon along with Jace, and they are able to secure the Infernal Dragon very easily, and now they can be pushing the bottom side of the map as well. Pantheon is going to be using the Grand Fall platform trying to get something happen. He is going to be going straight for the Jace, and Jace might end up falling over there. Pantheon is going to be chasing again. Varus is there as well to get something happen, but Jace is just going to be making a smarter play and moving out. Varus is going to be trying to poke him out, but Jace is just going to be surviving with a slipper of HP and some surviving lucky over that. But talking about that fight, right? Brom engage over that was extremely GG. He had a 5-man ultimate over that. And the follow up from Zinza on the 6 ultimate was just ulala, right? And there
Yes.
was nothing really
And
anyone could do, right? You when
Rom
you
just
have such a close fight.
sacrificed himself for the team, but Akshan easily revives him with killing the Varus over there.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you have champions like Nami, when you have champions like Varus, when you have champions like Pantheon, right? You can't really survive all of that damage coming out. 6 damage, Akshan damage, Grom CC, and then again you have JH to finish out the poke. So Dynasty is clearly the advantage, has having the advantage in this game. But looking at the goal, right? The goal that's not a much goal difference. So even though DC has been winning all of these fights and making the plays happen all around the map, the goal advantage is still not too much. It's just 1K goal difference. So DC doing its best to not let the game turn into a complete snowball, and they are doing a pretty great job as well. Because looking at the comp again, right? They have Oriana. Oriana has the potential to late game carry, even though the Jace Jarvan is not doing anything, making anything happen. So let's see how it's going to be working out because Jarvan, look at Jarvan's KDA 1-2-1. Jarvan is not making anything happen in this game. He's just being a liability for DC at this point, not making engages happen, not doing anything at all, right?
Jarvan as well, just clearing the lanes and doing what he does that.
Exactly, and he's not even going to be clearing of the wave with it stacked on his tower. I mean, this if you're going to think this pussy on Jarvan, you can't expect to win games, and this is why the dynasty is winning, right? Uh, I wouldn't say Baron advantage. I would say support diff and a mid diff, but uh, Jarvan, if Jarvan can make something happen, DC can win fights. But if Jarvan doesn't do anything and just plays around how Dynasty wants him to play around, then it's going to be GG. And again, Akshan making all of these mistakes, and Pantheon is going to be punishing him out. Mami again coming with a 2-1 ultimate, and Jarvan's going to be here this time, and this is going to be creating all the difference. We are going to be seeing the Varus knockup come out as well. They are able to secure the kill on Akshan. So Akshan is slightly hinting this game, ever so slightly hinting this game, and even lost, right? He's making these plays happen, but team is not going to be that. Lucky for him, he had a GA, but he's still going to be falling. But Sinja's going to be over here, getting the kill on Jarvan, getting the kill on Nami, getting the kill on. No, he's not able to get the kill on Varus. So mistakes are happening from both the sides. Akshan inting, and then again Pantheon inting. But overall, I think it's going to be Dynasty who still come out on top, right? Because instead of getting all of these kills, he already has the GA, he already has the Black Cleaver, he already is going to be building onto the penetration item. And again, he's going to be going on the Oriana's bottom side. If he able to get a kill over that, yes, he's able to get the kill on
And
the
he is able to get the kill. Wow.
So Dynasty is just on a total snowball right now, especially with just for the Jarvan. The chase is not really doing anything. It's just the Jarvan and the Brom making stuff happen. If Akshan stops hinting, they do have a chance, but uh, it depends. Then again, it again depends, right? Because Pantheon was perfect right to catch out the inting Akshan. If there's another int from Akshan, I think Dynasty is going to end up throwing this game.
We see that the dragon is about to spawn in
Red
5
team
seconds.
lost a turret.
Takes using the power of his satchel to just instantly take down that tower. Well, Dynasty
And now the
is
Dragon
starting the
Dynasty
dragon,
is starting the Dragon.
Yes,
Jarvan's
but
again
DC does
Dynasty knows
not
to
have
do
any
something.
vision
Blue
over
team
there,
lost a turret.
and that is a totally free dragon
Blue
for
team
them.
has slain the dragon.
Yep, exactly. And now that the fight is already initiated, Jarvan's going to be coming on with the thing. He's going to be having a dimension wall just over the GS, and GS is going to be able to survive all of the damage. Nobody's there on Akshan, and that's the bad part. Akshan already gets a double kill, and he's already on to the triple kill. He's going to be trying to get a triple kill, and he ends up getting the triple kill as well. He's on the Oriana trying to get a quadra kill, but can he get the quadra kill? Yes, he ends up getting
And
the
a
as well.
quadra kill from
Red team
Akshan.
aced.
That's an
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jarvan, sorry, not Jarvan, sorry. The Akshan is just good. I mean, we thought Akshan wouldn't be playing good, but this Akshan is making the plays happen,
Red team lost a turret.
getting these skills, getting all of these things, and I think that's the reason why they are even winning at this point, right? Even though you have a bad Baron, your mid difference is creating a bit difference, right? Your Akshan is just owning the Oriana. Oriana's not able to do anything against Akshan, and Akshan then again,
Blue
I
team
mean,
has slain
what can I
Baron
say? Akshan,
Nashor.
just look at his KDA. He's already 752. Already has the Veil of Runkin. Already has the Infinity Edge. Already is building onto the, I think the what do you call that item? The red color Hurricane. I think that's what you call the
Akshan
item. And
already
now
with
that
the
he has the Hurricane, this thing.
Ronan's Hurricane is done. That will deal a lot of spread damage over that team.
Yep, exactly. The range is just going to be insane. Akshan just 1s1, and that's going to be stretching out for like almost buff to buff. And this thing, right? And also like Akansha on the side, right? Akansha is
Red
playing like
team lost a
extremely good
turret.
support as well, giving all the support which the Akshan is needing, just providing all the utility with the ADC Akshan needs, and Ziggs at the back end just doing so much damage. So again, I'm saying the Jarvan difference is kind of showing up right now. Jarvan not being part of the fights, and just the difference kind of showing right now.
Red team lost a turret.
So now that the Baron is taken by Dynasty, all they have to do is
Red
wait for
team
the
lost a
minions. They are
turret.
going to be pushing out all lanes. The bottom lane is pushed, mid lane is pushed, top lane is pushed. They are going to be seeing the top tower fall pretty quickly. Zinja is going to be going in again,
Red
5-man,
team lost
and so
a
getting a
turret.
proper 5-man ultimate, but nothing really happens because the team follow-up is not going to be that. Nami again landing proper 2-man knockup.
Blue team
Not Jarvan,
champion
sorry.
slain.
Baron is using his ultimate.
Shut
But look at
down.
the Baron damage, man. Baron minions is doing so much damage,
Red
and
team
the
lost a
top is
turret.
gone, bottom's gone. So all Dynasty has to do is just get a third inhibitor, and they're done for this game. So this game is pretty much done. These three just getting gapped really, really hard. Get a better Baron laner because this Baron laner is just ending this game. Not ending, he doesn't, nothing, he just not making anything happen. So, what can I say?
Well, Akshan is down again, and looks like the game is all in favor of Din at the moment.
Yeah, this game is pretty much over, and now that the Baron miss are going to be doing so much. So I think the only way DC can really come back in this game is if Oriana can scale up really hard, which I don't think is going to be happening anytime soon because Oriana has just completed her Rabadons. And
Oriana
Rabadons,
is
I think if she can get maybe one more item, she can maybe carry, but doesn't really matter, right? Because you have a six. Six is already like six is at 11k, Oriana's at 10k, so there's already a diff happening. And look at the
well.
Jace again, like so much poke coming from the Jace. Even though he's not playing mechanically good, but the poke just from the Jace is just playing good.
Oriana coming back right now is going to be really hard because 6 is already 1k above her and Dakshan is like 4k above her. It's really going to be hard for Oriana to come back right now.
I mean, there's not going to be any comeback at this point. Let's be real at this point, right? You can't come back, right? Because we're like this behind. And again, Jarvan, look at how hard the Jarvan is trying to make something happen right now, but it's too late, right? They're supposed to make all of these fancy plays. They're supposed to follow up on the Varys' chain of corruption earlier, not at this watch, not at this stage of the game. So the Baron difference did kind of kill DC, and now that the Elder Dragons over here, the Dynasty is going to be
The
looking to get
dragon
the
is
Dragons quick.
spawning and DC has vision over there. Pantheon does have ult. Will he attempt a steal?
Well,
And
Pantheon
we
is
can
going to
see
be
the
going in at
Pantheon
the right
ult
moment,
coming
but
in
he's going to end up falling. Yes.
and it's just too early. He just gets
Blue
caught
team
out.
has slain the Elder Dragon.
Yeah, so I guess with this we are pretty safe to say that this
Red
game is pretty
team
much over.
champion
Pantheon
slain.
tried, the Varus tried, but the Oriana got really gapped hard in the mid lane.
Blue
Jarun
team
got gapped
champion
hard in the top
slain.
lane, and with this, I
Well,
think. No, wait, did the Akshan is in again? Yeah, the
Akshan,
Akshan is in again, and I think this is going to be giving DC a slight chance at maybe getting a comeback through the Baron, but that's not going to be happening because the lanes have been pushed, shoved really hard, and nobody's going to be there
Blue
really to
team
contest
has
the Baron.
slain Baron Nashor.
And I guess this is done, I think. This game's done.
yep, they just have to run it down the middle. DC cannot do anything right now against the Baron buff. The J spoke, the Z spoke, the 6 spoke, just too much to handle. Way too much to handle.
I mean, yeah, the
Zinza,
MVP, I would definitely say the MVP is going to be the Zinzao because Zinzao making all of these fancy plays, making stuff happen,
Victory.
unlike the Jarvan. So kudos to the Dynasty for winning out this game. So we are going to be moving on to the second game, which is going to be is it TGT versus I don't know. I don't know what game it is, but looking at the damage numbers, right? Ziggs again coming out at the top, getting 28k damage. And see, this is where, right? All the hidden damage coming and
Yeah.
from the Ziggs, and you can't really contest that, right? Because when you have champions
Yeah,
like
we can.
this thing, you can't really what do you call you can't really match that, right? And especially Jarvan not making plays happen in the early game, and just letting them snowball, letting the Zinzao snowball, letting the Akshan snowball. That is costed them the entire game because Pantheon did try his best. Pantheon tried, the Nami tried because Nami especially, right? The Nami
Nami's
just
ult were really good.
exactly. Nami is also extremely good. Nami's bubbles were extremely good as well. And Nami really tried extremely hard. But then again, the Baron difference just turned out to be huge at the end of the game. And with that, Dynasty is going to be getting the game won. So we are going to be
Well,
starting with
we
the
can
second
also
game.
see that we can also note that Oriana actually did more damage than Akshan, but well, what good is damage when you get caught out so often?
What?
Oriana did actually do more damage than Akshan, but all the damage goes to waste because he was not able to secure any proper kills.
Yeah, so with this, we're going to be coming to an end of game one. So we are going to be starting the game two, which is going to be TGT game. So let's start this thing. So we'll be starting with the game two in just a short bit. So just make sure you stay tuned to stream and also like the stream because there are 40 of you watching and just 15 likes. So make sure you like the stream as well. Uh, Puru, if you can hear me, I don't think our अपनी आवाज जा रही है stream पे, so देख लो एक बार. Yeah, I guess something's wrong. देख लो एक बार.
If I just need another minute, I'll be there. This.
Okay, we're audible now, right? Fine, perfect. So we'll be starting soon.
Yeah, just a minute.
Skip, you can just come. Can you come real fast?
Yeah, logging in.
Just come. Okay, are you online now? I don't think you are. Okay, can you come fast? You're not over here.
Yeah, no, I can't do anything to speed this up. I'm sorry. Blame Riot, I guess. Taking a long time. There we go.
Okay, yeah, and also, guys, what are your thoughts on the new game? It's going to be the AOV rebranded version, Clash Titans coming. I think it's rumored to be coming out on December 23rd. So, yeah, if you guys are listening to me right now, so you guys, are you guys going to be playing the game soon? Are you guys going to be just sticking to Wild Rift? Because Wild Rift, ka to we none of us are sure when the game is really going to be coming out. So, what do you feel? Are you guys going to be shifting to Clash Titans, or are you guys just going to be sticking to Wild Rift, or are you guys going to be, switching between both games? So, I want to hear your thoughts about it. Oh yeah, this is taking quite a long time. Because especially all the top teams, right, especially Level Up, right, all of the players in Level Up are ex-WWE players. So all of them are going to be looking to play Clash Titans because all of them leaderboard players, right, top form players as well. So they're definitely going to be playing this because I just saw a not a news article, but I just saw a screenshot yesterday saying that the Wild Rift 2022 esports, which comes under the regions which come under sea, India is not included in that. So that definitely means India is not going to be having a spot for the Worlds, at least for the next year. So most players are definitely going to be moving towards Clash Titans. So what are you guys going to be doing, chat? So are you guys going to be playing Clash Titans, which is the rebranded version of Arena of Valor, or are you guys going to be, playing Wild Rift, going to be, juggling around both the games? Chief Toxic Caster. Yes, I am a toxic caster. Being toxic is the best thing you can ever do because toxicity brings controversy and controversy keeps the community alive, right? And if you get triggered by controversy, if you get triggered by anything at all, right, you're a snowflake. Stop being a snowflake, become better. Become better, become a better player. What can I say? become a better player. Uh, I'll shift. I'll shift to Wild Rift patch 2.7. DC Demon. Okay, Skippy, are you here? I don't think you're here. It's taking too long.
Just a minute. Like, the client keeps crashing.
I'll play AOV on emulator. Cathode is going to be playing AOV on emulator. I don't think that's going to be helping out with the skill difference anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So guys, we are facing a bit of network issues over here. The second caster is taking some time, so we'll be starting with the match shortly. Thank you so much for having so much patience and staying. Thank you so much for having so much patience and staying in the stream and doing some Bakshodi in the chat as well. So it means a lot for the production house as well. So if you're new, right, it would be great if you could hit 25 likes today, because we are having amazing production thing for the finals plan. So make sure you this thing, like the stream and subscribe to the channel as well. What if I okay? So these people are having a countdown on when the game is going to be starting, and I don't think Skipper can make it back in 40 seconds for this.
Yeah, I won't be able to, man. Client keeps crashing. I'm sorry.
Yo, bro, is the guy coming or not? It's already been 20 minutes. How
He's still
long?
over here. He's on voice, but uska like game crash ho raha hai. You can't help it.
So just screen share. No, Rain screen share on Discord so you can cast from there.
Good.
And then once the game is done, go back to your original whatever, right? Just do that. Or Chief,
Okay,
can you screen share? Like whatever.
I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect. Screen share. Yeah.
Yeah. Skip this. Watch my screen. If you can watch my screen, let me know if you can watch.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So, extremely sorry for the delay. We are going to be starting with the game soon, and we are already in the rough phase. So,
Chief, just start the game.
yeah. So now that we're into the draft phase, and it is going to be Kale on the first thing. So, what do you feel, Kale, especially being the only challenge ADC we have in the Indian server? So they are going to be Kale. I'm definitely looking to see some fancy plays from Kale as well. So let's see what's going to be coming out.
Yes, Kale is very exciting.
Yeah, because the first ban coming out from the side of TGT is going to be a Jarvan ban. Yeah, pretty understandable because Jarvan is that one kind of champion which can be played in the battle lane, which can be played in jungle, and with great utility, right? And Jarvan ban coming out as fast ban from TGT, yes, I would completely agree with that. But then again, looking at the ban from VC, they are going to be banning the Varus from Kale. And Kale, we all know, Kale is the best ADC in India. And him, I mean, we all know he's a Varus OTP. And them banning out the Varus from Kale, yeah, I can see why the Varus was banned out. So then again, the Akali ban coming out from the side of TGT. So Akali, I'm not really sure why the Akali ban is coming out, but then again, Akali is that one champion which can assassinate, go in the backline. She can do a lot of stuff, right? She can split push, she can get out of the split push alive, and then, make stuff happen for the team as well. So good bans coming out from the side of both the sides, and the second ban coming out from the side of DC, it's going to be Nunu. So what are your thoughts on Nunu ban, Scipio?
I guess they might have, like, Lulu Jinx is a thing, I guess, in every meta if you play it properly, and I guess they might be looking at ban outs, like, at least stop the option of playing some tanks, so that a squishy back is ensured, and the Katarina has some value. Or another assassin like Diana.
And the third one coming out by Wukong, by TGP, is going to be the Wukong, and that is going to be countered by a Galio ban. So TGP is looking to ban out all of these junglers, right? The meta junglers, the Indian meta junglers like Jarvan, like the Wukong. So Lee Sin is going to be left open, and champions like Kha'Zix are also going to be left open. But I'm not really sure if Kha'Zix is going to be picked up in this game, because looking at the first pick itself, right, it's a 6th pick. So just seeing the 6 picks, we know TDTs will be here to play a dominant victory, right? Have a dominant victory, and the others going to be picking up the six. And also the prospect coming out from the side of DC, there's going to be a Zinzao. So Zinzao in the first pick, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure because when you have other champions like you could have picked up champions like Lee Sin, you could have picked up champions like Kha'Zix, but you're going to be preferring to go champions like this thing.
I guess they're
Uh,
going for comfort picks.
yeah, they're going for the comfort picks, right? Also looking at the Corki. Corki is that one champion which you play only if you're really extremely comfortable on champions like him, right? Because Corki is not a meta ADC when you have champions like what do you call Lucian, Varys, and Kaisa and Asriel, right? And especially Kaisa getting a buff in the previous patch. Kaisa is definitely one of the top ADCs in this patch alongside Zaya. So it is going to be a good game to watch. And also Riven and Fiora, both of them being picked up by the side of TGT. So one of them is going to be going into jungle. I think it is going to be
Riven jungle?
Raven jungle, or possibly it might be a Raven mid. It's Ziggs ADC,
Yeah.
Fiora battle lane, and that might be some new jungler. But I don't know because this is this is how TGT is playing with the mental, right? Just playing around DC's mind, telling them you can't judge your draft, you can't judge your form. So here's our coach, right? Star Kofi in the chat. So Stark is going to be using his brain, closing DC over here. So let's see how what he's going to be picking out to counter the drafts he's going to be putting forward to him. And again, moving to the second phase of the bands, we haven't seen the Renekton band come out alongside the Crush band. So we think decent bands coming out because Renekton is a decent counter to Fiora, and Fiora's especially like, after all of the nerfs to other champions. So I think
I guess-
So I think Fiora will be having an easy matchup because I don't think anything else counts to Fiora, especially Fiora being played by Bishi, right? I think Bishi is going to be
Yes.
winning the lane really hard.
Yes, I'm pretty excited to see Bishi's Fiora live. That'll be something worth watching. And I guess the main thing about Renekton being banned is they are target banning a lane. So yeah, Renekton's one of the best in slots for Baron lane now. So I guess that was a very smart move by TGT.
And also look, all of the bans coming out from DC, right? Banning out all the meta support champions like Nami and Crush, they're just denying all of these good support picks from Van Crusher because Van Crusher is gonna be forced to play something like a Janna, something like a Alistar, something like a Lulu, right? And these champions aren't really that good in the meta right now. So he's gonna be preferring to play something like a Leona. Yes, there's gonna be a Leona pick coming on the Van Crusher. So really good drafts, forcing Van Crusher to play Leona, not giving him options like Crash, not giving him options like Nami. So good drafts coming out from DC, and also them picking up the Akshan. So again, Akshan, right? Just like in the first game, it's a hit or miss. If you're going to be playing good on Akshan, you're going to be playing good on Akshan. Or else you are bad, right? So hopefully this Akshan is going to be playing good because you are facing against you are facing against Ziggs, and Ziggs is going to be really hard to lane against, especially with Akshan. So if Akshan can create a mid diff right in the start, I don't think Ziggs can do anything good moving on to the late game, right? Because looking at the comp of PvP, they have very late game centric comp. You have a Riven, you have a Fiora, you have a Asriel, you have a Ziggs. So I mean, you're gonna be shining out in a late game. Even looking at the side of DC, right? They have a very early game centric comp. They have a Zinza, they have a Braum, they have a Corki, they have a Akshan and Garen, right? So if DC can make stuff happen, if DC can force TG to play around their game, so DC does have a very, very high advantage because Braum is one of the best supports. Zinza is one of the best early game junglers, and Corki follow up along with Akshan, right? That is going to be meaning TGP is going to be forced to play very, very safe in the early game, at least in the early game, because late game, of course, they can go all out. They can just go Riven flashy plays, and they will again has a million combos, right? You can make all of the flashy triple combo, protocol dashes things, and just go straight on the Corki, straight on Akshan. But then it again depends on how they are going to be looking to play this game because Riven mid, sorry, it's going to be Riven jungle and Ziggs mid, right? So I'm really excited to see what's going to be happening in this game.
I think Baron lane Fiora versus Garen, I guess Fiora should be able to gap him. And again, Akshan, it'll be a little difficult to get rid of Riven or Fiora because they're really mobile and they have a lot of inbuilt damage. I guess the real problem for them will be that Brom's shield won't have as much value except against the Ziggs because I guess Ezreal can use his blink to move around the shield. So let's see how this turns out.
Yep, let's see how it turns out because obviously Fiora is going to be capping the Garen really hard because I don't want to be judging, but after seeing the Jarvan gameplay, I want to see improvement on this player at least playing Garen, right? Because Garen is much easier to play than the Jarvan, and it's also much more utility based, right? If you don't make this in Jarvan, you're bad. But if you don't make anything happen on Garen, just tank for a team. That's more than enough, right? You Garen. So let's see how it's going to be turning out because look at the side of DC. They are going to be doing a proper 5-man rotation, trying to come in for a gank. And look at them, 4-man over there, trying to get something out of thing. I think Leona is going to be the first one to fall because they have absolutely no idea that we moving to the red path. Fiona is going to be, Sinzat is going to be going in. Brom is going to be there for the follow-up. Corki is going to be there as well. They are going to be stun the Riven. Riven is going to be used to force a flash. And I don't think they're going to be getting any kills of this. Lost is trying to chase the kill. Lost is going to be getting so much smoke out of that. And Gale, again, look at Gale being so aggressive. Lost is going to be able to get the kill. Get the buff. But then again, they're not able to secure any kills. So really well played by PGT, not giving out kills, just giving out the buff. So you see, making these plays happen in the early game, showing that we are over here dominate this game, and them doing that is a good thing, right? Because you have early games and think of, and you are supposed to play around the early game, right? And that's exactly what DC is doing.
I really like the way he exited as soon as he went low. No hesitation, he just popped out right from the first exit he found. After which his team came in to disrupt so that they couldn't get any kills. Very impressive work.
Yeah, but really impressive work from all of them. And also talking more about the top lane matchup, right? Fiora versus Garen. So they are having a decent matchup. Fiora, she was unaware of the gang over that, so it was a 4v4 situation over there. But the follow-up again, right? They had a really good follow-up because Vegeta came in at the right time. Jix just came in at the right time. Leona was just there at the right time. So TGT, even though they were not aware of the invade coming in, they played that extremely well, and they have a slight advantage just because of the invade. Because the invade wasn't the cleanest of the invades, they didn't get any kills out of it. But then again, the buff was able to go to the side of Zinzao, and that did create a bit of a difference.
That's true. I guess the main thing that learned from that was that you've got to stay calm and practice your invade defense. The most impressive thing about the whole thing was that no kills were taken despite TGT completely engaging afterwards. The engage and disengage was very, very smooth.
Yeah, I mean the disengage coming out from TGT was really, really good because if they had given up the kills over here, then that would be GG right from the start because you can't come back against the Fed action, you can't come back against the Fed distance out. And we have to be seeing this happening in the mid lane. Riven is going to be trying to get something out of the Akshan. Akshan is going to be playing very smart around the thing. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, we are going to be seeing a tower egg come out by Lost, and they are able to secure a kill on Leona, a really good tower egg. But then again, Aphelion, this is why I'm telling you, Kale is the best ADC over here. Aphelion getting a proper snipe on Braum, getting the kill on the Braum, and completely disarming the entire fact that there was a proper tower dive coming over here. So here is where you can see a slight gap coming over here, and another Aphelion ultimate, a good prediction ultimate. He almost gets lost in that, but you can't be the best, right? You can't be perfect every single time, man. If Aphelion had landed that, that would have been just hacks. That would have been pure hacks.
I feel like getting that one kill itself was amazing. The way he moved around the turret just to ensure he could get his arrow off. That was excellent work by the ADC KL.
Yeah, but I'm already looking at advantage. Like Kale is at 3k, Miller Gorky is just 2.3k. So Kale is already creating an ADC gap over here. Kale is going to be getting his Mana Moon quickly. Miller Gorky won't be having this Essence Fever before the Dragon starts. So looking for first Dragon also, right? It's going to be Cloud Dragon. So I don't think any of these teams going to be looking to contest for the Cloud Dragon. I think they're just going to be better off going for the Rift Herald and then just going for the top lane push up because Fiora is winning the top lane. Look at the difference already. Fiora is level 6 and almost level 7. Meanwhile, Garen is just half of level 6, not even close to level 7. So Fiora is kind of ahead. Fiora is at 3.6k. Meanwhile, Garen is just 3.1k. So all of the micro difference already trying to show up in this game already, and we are going to be seeing Vegeta start the win Dragon quickly, and that is not going to be any contest. Either if Braum is not going to be going in, Akshan is going to be using things, Braum is going to be going in, but then again, nothing really happens. The smite is going to be landing in perfectly at the time, and it is going to be them getting the kills. Braum ultimate was there, but no one really followed up on that, and really bad engages coming out from DC, right? You could have punished them over there. You could have punished them really hard, but Asdales and Six disengage over there. Again, very clean. Just getting the objective, doing what is enough, and then coming out. So this is why they know, see, this is our limit. If I'm really standing over there for more than what I can sustain, I'm going to be dying. And TG knows the limits well, and they're playing around the limits extremely well. And now they got the wind dragon, so DC is going to be looking. You get the dragon, they get the rift. So they are going to be fighting for the rift. They are going to be seeing TG going for the contest, and there's going to be a fight happening. Akshan and people are fighting. Riven ends up getting a kill, ends up getting a double kill. Bishi is again going to be going to kill the Garen. Garen ends up falling as well. So with this, TG is able to secure a 3-kill lead over here, and they are able to secure the mid lane tower. I think they can secure the mid lane tower as well, because Ziggs and Fiora can get the top lane tower. Mid lane tower is going to be falling over here. They are again going to be seeing Leona have an amazing engage onto the Akshan, ends up getting a proper sunlight. Sorry, what do you call that? I think Eclipse or something, and you ends up getting the kill over that. And Braum is going to be there, but nothing really is going to be happening. Top lane Torrent is going to be falling. Meanwhile, Corki on the bottom side still farming, but I think Corki can get a tower as well if he's smart enough before Liana and Devin can go on to him.
Blue team lost a turret.
I guess they got a little greedy going for that Rift Handle right there.
Red team lost a
And they
turret.
took too much time to farm it out. And I guess that was the problem. They did win Rift Herald, but they all died in the process, so that was bad. But again, TGT is really well drilled. We can see the difference in game time, I guess, because everyone really, like you said, even in the pit, everyone played so smoothly. Kale was limit testing so well, and yeah, I guess this is just an experience difference, to be honest.
Exactly. The mid lane tower falling, top lane tower falling, and even the bottom lane tower falling, right? And also look at the top lane. We're going to be seeing Leona having an excellent rotation, trying to go in for the kill on Garen as well, but nothing's going to be happening. Leona ends up falling short, and Fiora just going to be backing off as well, knowing that's not going to be enough follow up, and especially knowing the Zinda's going to be that, Godk's going to be that, Brom's going to be that. So, looking more about the items, right? Already first items have been completed. Still having this Mana Moon, Ziggs having the Luden's Echo, Fiora already having the Trinity, already having the Crystal Ball. So everyone is like extremely formed. Already are having like one of the first power spike advantage, and we are going to be seeing the rifts finally being used in the mid lane. And here is what, are we going to be seeing a tower or are we going to be seeing nothing really happen? We are going to be seeing a Riven going for a 3-man knockup. What an excellent play by Riven, making stuff happen, and now Fiora is there for the cleanup. Fiora isn't being able to get the cleanup. We are going to be seeing Asriel getting so many of these kills. Asriel is doing so much damage, but then the damage is still lacking. They are all at 0% HP. Ziggs is going to be trying to put them out again, but that's not really able to do anything with that. So that engage over there, right? Even though they lost the turret, even though they didn't lose the turret, but the Riven going in over there, getting a 3-man knock stun, and the team following it, that was really good. So well played by Vegeta over there, making stuff happen on Riven, right? Because this is what they're supposed to do. When you're ahead, you're supposed to make plays happen. You're not supposed to play in the backseat, because if you had played in the backseat, they would have definitely lost turret, because Corki is good at taking turns, Garen is good at taking turns, Akshan is good at taking turns, and they would have like lost the fight over there. But him being over there, having a proper awareness, map awareness of when to engage, when not to engage, made difference over there. And now that the dragon is going to be over here,
yeah, I think team fighting right now is a bad idea. They really need gold, so they should really push their lanes, because they will lose every team fight. The other team is too far ahead, and yeah, that's like something they really need to work on right now. Because for one, if this goal lead expands further, the Garen won't be tanky enough to even do the minimal job. So yeah, I guess taking this drag, yeah, I don't think they can take this drag. Contesting for it is bad. And as we can see, there's another engage and Ziggs ultimate. Amazing.
Rampage.
yeah, the engage over there was completely OP, because the Leona having a 4-man ultimate and then the follow up from them, right? They are getting so many kills, because this position, he goes straight for the
Blue
ADC
team
first
has
right and getting,
slain the
sorry, the
dragon.
mid laner first and getting the kill of that is going to be making so much difference. Again, I'm still trying to have a snipe and Garen having proper map awareness, but this is just a small inch and him doing so much damage. Already the dragon was being taken by the jungler, so TTT now has almost 40 goal advantage, but along with two dragons and a tower lead as well. So slowly by slowly, TTT is getting these small wins, and that's going to be adding up to a lot of gold also, right? Because Fiora is now at a very dominant position. She's already having her Trinity already has a blade of Rune King, so I guess she can do a 1v2 over here, which I possibly think it's going to be happening over here if Fiora is going to be deciding go in. Akshan is going to be trying to fight the Fiora. Robert has going to follow up as well, but Fiora again, see, winning a 1v2, threatening them in a 1v2, right? This is what a Battalion is supposed to do.
Yep,
Providing time for the
that
team again. Providing time for the team. He's going in for the tower,
Blue
giving
team
them so much time.
champion
Even though he
slain.
ends up falling, but the rift there, at least he gives him enough time for the rift there to be taken. So now, look at the fight over here. Leona going in again. Ashton is going to be there for the follow-up as well. So it's going to be Sinza is going to be in trouble this time. Sinza is going to be using the ultimate, going to be using the Garo while using everything he has to escape over that. Meanwhile,
Red
Gorky
team
doing so much damage to the
champion
backline. Six
slain.
ultimate
Blue
finally
team
comes in, getting
double
the
kill.
kill secure.
Red
And with
team
that, TTT
champion
is going to be able to
slain.
get
Dominating.
triple kill over that. I think that they're able to get a triple kill over that. So TTT is making all of these plays happen. But then again, right, Fiora still is very formed at this point. Even Akshan is kind of formed, but
Red team
what can I
has
say?
stolen the Rift
Okay, wait,
Herald.
did the Akshan just steal the Rift Herald?
that's true. He did. He did. That was excellent work by the Akshan. In fact, like that's some. I still don't think it was worth taking it, but that was amazing. That was amazing work by Akshan. They really should not go for objectives right now. They should just clear lane, move on, clear jungle, move on. It's really difficult to come back like this, and I don't think contesting for objectives outside of the Baron, if Akshan can steal it like he did again,
Red
it's
Yeah,
team
that's
it's going to be
that's the
double
really
kill.
thing,
difficult.
taking PvP out of the minds, right? Because he's just trying so hard to secure all of the objectives, and it's gonna be Bishi is gonna be in trouble this time. Bishi's in a 1v3 situation.
Yeah.
The stack is up on him. If they can follow up on him, no, that's not gonna be happening. So really good micro by Bishi, surviving a 1v3. Going in 1v3 and telling them you can't kill me 1v3. So killing with the micro, killing with the mental, and then again, Rom is gonna be that for follow up. They are coming in for the proper fight here. Six ultimate is gonna be landing. It is gonna be lost to me. Falling prey to all of
Killing
this. Yes, it is going to be
spree.
lost to me falling prey to all of this. Akshan is trying to fight something, but Leona again tanking, being the tank, being the front line, being the tank which is supposed to be. It has right, and I'm really what do you call? Surprised to see Van Tresor being so good on Leona because what I thought Van Tresor was just a Lulu player or something like that, and him playing so good on Leona, it's a very good thing.
Yeah, Riven and Leona are just combining so well. They follow up each other so well in this game. We've seen so much of it. And Van Crusher has really killed this game. He's been so on point with his ultimates. Truly amazing to see that. On the other hand, I guess Fiora right now, she's got so much mobility. It'll be really difficult to catch him anyway. So, like, once that lead was secured, I guess Bishi became a one-man army. And that becomes a problem when it comes to laning.
Okay. Yeah, so now that the dragon is going to be spawning in another 6 seconds, I don't think there's going to be anything which the DC can do at this point because PvP can just take this dragon without even any contest because Garen is not over here, and in the 5v4 situation, there's nothing which DC can do, and the dragon's just going to be falling extremely quick. But I don't know what's taking PvP so long to burst the dragon down. They're literally asking DC to come in for the invade. Fiora is going to be going for the top lane, trying to get a 1v1 kill on Garen. He's going to be able to get the 1v1 kill on Garen as well.
Red team
Good job by
champion
Bishi. The rest is going to
slain.
be used. They're going to be seeing a fight break out in the mid lane as well. Again, Sinzao is trying his best.
Blue
Drom is
team
trying his
lost the
best, but
turret.
then all of these engagements are not good for them because Azrael at this
Godlike.
point, if you're not going to be shooting Azrael is just going to be getting the kills. All of the stars are going to be getting popped up, and that is going to be able to save the Corki, able to save the Sinzao as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Red team
Yeah,
lost the
this
turret.
this was I guess the game is really favoring TGT right now because ultimately it's been one bad team fight after the other. And we can see them taking Ocean Drake right now,
Blue team has
which
slain
does
the
not help
dragon.
the OSC's cause. And here we go. So right now, I feel it'll be really difficult for even Shinjao and Garen to take much damage at this point. Even Brom's melting so fast, and there we see Easy trying to snipe the red buff, and he just misses. That's some great vision work. Okay, the red team seems to be parking around Baron. Let's see if they can get something, but the Zig spots them out. Excellent work.
Yeah, made all of this happening. Fiera is just busy split pushing in the bottom lane, right? Creating the pressure. See, this is what the Baron is supposed to do. Create pressure on the opposite end of the map. Because look at them. All
True.
of them are forced to response. The Corki is going to be going. The Braum is going to be going. Meanwhile, this is going to be giving so much time to PGT to fight for the fight. Braum not. I don't know what the Braum is doing. What is the Braum doing? He's supposed to go with your team. Go fight for the Baron buff. If you're going to be the counter to thing, you're not going to be able to win a fight. And see, even though the Braum wasn't that, DC did a great job at forcing a disengage. Meanwhile, Fiora in the bottom lane again trying to get a 1v1 kill out of Garen. And if she can make
Mm-hmm.
that happen, then the Baron lane difference is quite real. And this again, same like last game, right? Baron diff was quite real, and Bishi again. Bishi using a perfect return, trying to survive from the Garen, and Garen is going to be able to get a kill on Bishi. Bishi can be used to force his passes, and Garen is still again going to be no. Garen just going for the kill. Stop being a pussy. He could have gone for the kill. He could have got the kill on Bishi, man. But this not going to be happening, and PGT is just going to be making plays happen on opposite of the map. The top lane's being pushed up. The mid lane is still over here. So Garen and Bishi in a 1v1, right? They could have got a kill.
Yeah,
Uh,
he could have.
Garen could have
Just
got a kill.
very nervous.
Yeah, he
I
was being
guess
very
nerves
nervous.
are playing a big part now.
You can't be this nervous at this stage of the game, right? You're supposed to make things happen. Look at the score, 16-4. If you don't make uh, if you don't make all of these engages, if you don't make the risky plays now, the game is going to be moving on to December. Because the next time the fight's going to be happening, which is going to be happening right now, I don't think Bishi's going to be losing the Garen. And look at him, Bishi versus Garen again. Bishi's blocking all of the vitals correctly and not giving Garen even a chance. So this is what Baron is going to be looking. He's going to be able to get the tower as well. Mina on
Red
top side.
team lost a
Look at
turret.
these team fights, man. They're not even looking to make any mistakes. They're just going to be looking for the other team to make a mistake and then follow up on that. Just looking at the bottom lane, Bishi's again trying to get a 1v1 kill. Garen's again very tanky. Look at Garen's item. Garen's Thornmail, Sterax, and Sunfire Aegis. So Garen again going for a very tanky build. Fiora going for a standard build. Uh, Sterax, Blade of Rune King, and Trinity. So Garen going full tank. This guy going this thing. So this is kind of bad. Garen is if Garen plays a little bit more. I mean, if he gets a little bit more courage to play lane against Bishi, right? They can create the
Yes.
difference over here. They can just force a fight because Garen is the one who has having TP and not Bishi, right? So if Garen had got the kill over that and then just TP over to the fight, they would have made a 4v fight over here and got the Baron and just ended the game. But that didn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of sad. But doesn't really matter at this point because they had a chance, they missed it. And now it's going to be TDT's game to play, right? Bishi again split pushing on the top side of the map. Garen split pushing on the bottom side of the map. And over here, Leona is going to be in a very deep spot. Nobody's going to be going in for the Leona. Leona is going to be coming back in because nobody's going to be engaging into the Leona. Garen is going to be using the TP to
Red team
force
lost
to
a
respond
turret.
to Fiora split push. She is going to be over here. Can we see a fight over happening between Garen and Fiora? And Fiora is just winning the 1v1 extremely hard. And Garen is still going to be surviving. Corki was going to be hard, but the fight in a million again. We are seeing a fight, not fight breakout, but all of this spokes happening. So, Infernal Dragons will be here. Riven is already at the Infernal Dragons. The next which fight which happens, it's going to be only at the Dragons. So, Fiora again getting trying to do something to the Braum and Braum. Wow. Fiora, I don't know what's wrong with Fiora, man. She's just chasing the Braum so hard. And now that the Braum's dead, I think TGT does have a very clear win towards victory. TGT, Twishi is going to be coming in for the flank. He is ready, just waiting for someone to go. And Leon is going to be there as well. Six Ultimate is going to be coming in. Leon is going to be trying to engage. Yes, he lands to engage. Asher is going to be using the blink, trying to gets the kill on Corki. And now with this, I think the game is over. The game is over. So, Sinzo, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sinzo was over here. thinking that
Yeah,
TGT will go for Dragon after winning the fight, but TGT is going to be the smarter team. They know nobody's going to be hard to defend the minions, and that's going straight to the core. Like,
mhm.
they actually going for core. They get
Rampage.
the inhibitor, they get the
Red
kill on
team
Garen. So
lost a
now
turret.
all they have to do is go with the core kill as well, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Syndra's going to be back in time, but it's going to be a little bit too late. So minutes of that as well farm, and especially six, right? Six doesn't breaker, and he does it. And so with this, TGT is going to be coming
Victory.
on top of the game between TGT and DC. DC just got capped. I wouldn't say gap. They just got micro diff over here and kind of macro diff. So Leona and Azriel, right? The bottom lane difference was very big. Leona hitting every single ultimate. Azriel following up on that. Meanwhile, Ziggs is doing the silent damage, silent poke from behind, and just giving Azriel so much, capacity to just go in and just just tap and still end up getting kills, right? So PGT again,
Yep.
bro, they haven't lost the shine in armor. They're still one of the top teams in the meta, top teams in the Indian scene right now, and they are proving that. So they are going to be the team to qualify for this stage. So now we can be moving on to the game three. And also looking at the damage numbers, right? It's going to be Bishi who did the most damage. It's not even going to be the six. It's not even going to be the Arsenal. It's going to be the Baron, which is going to be the Fiora. Bishi, I think the Fiora did the most damage, and that's by quite a lot, right? By almost 5k. So him, man, what are your thoughts on this? Bishi doing the most damage.
Yeah, so I guess this you can actually attribute this all to the jungle defense. Bishi got that little extra time to farm, and then he started gapping Garen. He then won lane. He got so far ahead that he could literally go in 1v2, 1v3. He wasn't scared of it. And I guess, like you said, but Garen did have that chance to kill him, and he didn't. I guess that was nerves. I'm sure these guys will play more tournaments and get better. But yeah, uh, TGT was just very, very clean. Like all their combinations were so smooth. Riven and Leona really engaged well, and Ziggs and Ezreal followed up. And I guess, like you said, that bot lane was amazing. Kale played really well.
Yeah, Kale played extremely well. Just look at his KDA also, right? 806, like that's like an extremely good KDA, right? And him gapping the Corki even in 1v1s, right? And surviving a tower dive from Zinzao, surviving a tower dive from Corki and Braum. I think that shows how good of a micro skills you already have, right? Because surviving the
True,
tower dive from
true.
one of the champions, especially against the Braum, right? Because if you get stacked,
Yes.
you are assumed dead, right? Because team is gonna be following up in stack, and you can't really do anything when you're stacked,
Yeah.
right? So Kale again
True.
proving why he's the number one ADC in India and again, right? So with this, we are
But
going to be coming to the end of this game. So we are going to be coming to the game three, which is going to be the winners of both the game one. So it's going to be Dynasty who won the game one, and it's going to be TGT who won the second game. So now this is going to be a winner's game, right? Because Dynasty is not a easy team to club. They are not like as this thing as DC. It's not going to be as TGT is going to be having a easier time against Dynasty as they had against DC because Dynasty is just superior. So let's just see how that game is going to be turning out. So stay tuned for that game because that game is going to be starting in a short while. So if you're enjoying the content, just make sure you like the stream and also subscribe to the channel because game 3 is going to be a banger and you don't want to be missing out on that. Okay, hey guys, so we are back with the third game for the day, and there's gonna be the game between TGT and Dynasty. So both of these teams just played against DC and have got a pretty dominant victory against DC in both the games. So now that the game is gonna be between both the winners, so what are your thoughts, chat? So both you, chat, has seen both the games. You guys have seen Dynasty go against DC. You guys have seen TGT go against DC as well. So in both the games, I think both of them dominated DC, so it is going to be a pretty fun game to watch. D3D versus uh, Dynasty, and I do feel this is going to be a much tougher match for both of these teams because this is a very, very good game to watch. Of course, especially seeing the Akshan in the first game, and after seeing Asdil by kill in the second game, right? This game is going to be this thing. Uh, it's again going to be very, very fun to watch. So again, we have my co-caster Scipio again. So Scipio, who do you think is going to be winning in this game? Because TGT again, we know TGT is a superior team over here, just from the reputation and just from players' names. But then again, Dynasty is an underdog team, right? They have always been that. They have always showed who's the best. And them playing with Zac this game, I mean, Zac is one of the best mid laners, and I think this is going to be exact reason why they're going to be TGT is going to be again forced to ban out Kali. So who do you feel has a diff in this game? Who do you think is going to be creating a diff in this game?
So I guess the last game, the other team really had some. They couldn't adapt to the pressure. I really liked the fact that they camped in the jungle and then they came in, but then TGT pretty much showed their experience and their calm state of mind by pretty much turning that one mistake in snowballing into such a big lead. So yeah, like I don't expect Dynasty to fall that easily, but then TGT again, so many good players individually. Dynasty, I guess we'll see better macro plays from them, and that could shift something in their favor. But we did feel that TGT delayed the game a lot, but the bait on the Elder Dragon again, we saw why they delayed it, so everything was thought out. As of now, I would favor TGT, but like surprises can be expected from Dynasty Gaming.
Okay, so let me just share my you see the screen.
Yeah, I
Hello?
can see it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you can see it, right?
what's up?
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I can see it. Sorry about the Nunu Lulu mix up. I heard Lulu, so I couldn't see anything at that point.
No, it's completely alright. So now that the game से battery खत्म होगा जल्दी coming way, we are going to be seeing a lineup change in the side of PG. This time it is going to be Dr. Stark playing instead of uh Beyonder, yeah, instead of Beyonder. So it's going to be Stark playing instead of Beyonder this game. So it is going to be a bit of, I don't know, Stark. I have never seen Stark play a mid lane champion. He's known for his. He's known for Baron lane. He's known for jungle, right? So let's see what's going to be happening. And Nunu was going to be playing jungle. Nunu going to be playing jungle. I don't know what's the up to these teams, playing all of these new things and especially trying it out in tournaments like this. But let's look it up. Ooh, this is challenging.
Yeah, let's just wait for draft. I guess we'll be surprised right when we see it. It'll be something interesting for sure. Substitutions always are. In fact, I feel in terms of draft as well, the hard draft, like the draft strategy the previous team DYC used, it was pretty good. They did take out all the OP supports and force the Leona pick. But yeah, this will be something very interesting to see. Outside of that, I really hope we see something more competitive this time, since it is game 3. So yeah, very excited to see this game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited to see this game, man. Also, like, I don't know. How much do you even need? Oh,
Right, Chief. Okay, so
Okay, so we are having
I
quite
guess
a lot of fun in the chat right now. All of these players being very, very good this thing in the chat. So, uh, again, these Dragon is all over face. Okay, this is really, really good. What am I skill? Okay, so now that the players over here, other players over here, I don't know what's taking them so long because this game was supposed to be starting at 3-9, and these players aren't over here even at 9:30. So this just means has been a very big delay. I hopefully these players come fast so that we can start. But the delay from players and there's no delay from the management end, so it's sad slightly.
so. Chief, are there any particular heroes you're looking forward to seeing today in this game?
I'm not really sure because I really want to be seeing heroes like I want to see Darius come out from Bishi. I want to see Akali being played on Zac, but I don't know, man. We know for a fact I don't think any of these players are going to be trying. Uh, I don't think any of these players are going to be trying anything new. They're just going to do with a very standard picks. So I think that we might be seeing something like a Darius. We might be seeing something like this thing. So I think we are probably going to be seeing this thing, Diana, because Zac plays Diana extremely good. He is a proper Diana player as well. Diana and a Twisted Fate player. So I think we might be seeing one of these being picked up. So we are going to be seeing he's not able to log in trying VPN now because of network. It's been 5 minutes. Why does yeah exactly? Why does this thing? What's taking them so long? I don't know what's taking them so long.
Let's just be patient. They show up. Don't worry. Outside of that, what do you think of the current meta in Wild Rift right now?
I mean, current meta is definitely more. I mean, yeah, the current patch definitely shifted the meta slightly less towards the barrel lane matchups because barrel lane people are just extremely OP and match the nerf just balance it out. So I think the current meta is more towards the mid lane picks, right? Mid lane and the jungle synergy again, right? It was always mid lane and the jungle, it was always been mid lane and jungle. But then again, the supports are shining quite a bit in this meta right now because supports, I mean, supports are making the place happen because Nami and Thresh are the best supports right now. And this thing, Nami and Thresh as champions can make stuff happen. So I think
Yes, I
supports.
really like Thresh as well. Thresh is a very game-changing champ. Same with Nami, I guess. So like those AoE ults really help these heroes dominate the Rift. Now on another note, what do you think about AoV coming back under a different name?
I mean, yeah, AOB is coming back, Clash of Titans is coming back, and everyone's very excited for the game because that's going to be the game which is officially launched only for India. And so, if it's rumored ki that is going to be a Bangladesh tournament which will be for 25 lakhs, and if the same thing is going to be happening for India, then I think Wild Rift is just going to be dying, MLB just going to be dying, BGME is still going to be there, but I guess Clash of Titans is going to be very huge. Clash of Titans is going to be very, very huge. But if it's going to be coming out in time, right? Because if people are going to be taking time, if they are going to be taking time after hyping the games up so much, because the community is very, very hyped up for the game. Community is super hyped up for the game. And if the game is going to be coming out a little bit this thing, it's going to be coming out before this year ends. So I think that's going to be meaning a big thing because the Wild Rift community has been waiting for official mobile game for almost a year right now, and everyone has lost interest, right? Even the field tournament right now, it's like one of the last bit efforts to keep the community alive. If Riot doesn't do something, even the community can't do anything, right? So Clash Titans, I think it's the perfect time for them using Clash Titans was this thing. Clash Titans, I mean, this is the perfect time for them to venture into the mountain market because MOBA players don't really want to play MLBB because MLBB is just trash. Nobody wants to play MLBB. MLBB is fucking gay. So, no, so
Uh,
people are looking. The
no, no,
professional
ML,
players, right? people who are actually looking to play mobile games, they want some proper game, right? And Wild Rift and AoV are the only viable
Yeah,
options, right? At least for the mobile market.
yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, Pokemon Unite is pulling great numbers, but
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
Pokemon
really
Unite as well,
enough.
right? Exactly. Pokemon
Yeah,
Unite, I mean, it has game with potential. I'm not saying the game is bad. It has a game with potential. But then again, people who have been to proper esports, right? People who have been playing
yes.
AoV, people who have been playing Wild Rift. I mean, Pokemon Unite is just tap tap. Pokemon Unite is just tap tap. I mean, just it's like basically
Mm,
watching Chota Beam when you're 25. That doesn't make sense, right?
okay, okay.
you
But
you
yeah,
wouldn't wanna.
like sorry.
I mean, see, obviously, Pokemon Unite is not something which you can. It's not something. It's not a game which can take off in esports. Right? It's obviously a fun game. You can have fun. You can fool around. You can just do troll for 10 minutes and
No,
then just get zapped off and then win the game. But then it doesn't
yeah.
really require a lot of skills.
I don't think it's like I think it is kind of engineered for esports because like the game duty. Anyway, draft starting. Let's get into the game, and we have first bands coming out.
Yeah, let's not bitch about Pokemon Unite anymore. Let's just go to Clash Titles to come really quick. So now that the draft is going to be starting, we are going to be seeing an immediate first pick, first band coming on, and it is going to be the Akali band. So I mean, yeah, it was kind of obvious Ki Akali is going to be banned out. So let's see.
All
And
right.
we again going to be seeing Darius being banned out. So all of these teams, right, they have done the research, they have done that they have done proper research, and they know Ki, this is what the other team plays, and this is what we don't want to be facing against. And we are going to be seeing the second man come out from KGK, and this is going to be Nunu ban. So I mean,
We can't
what,
say
what
much at this point.
yeah, we can't say much at this point because if we look at the draft right now, I think Galio ban is going to be coming out right now because if Galio is not going to be banned right now, okay, it's not even going to be the Galio ban, it's going to be the Fiora ban. So Fiora, so they are just like completely targeting Vishy because they know the bottom, their top player INJP can't really match against Vishy in terms of skill level. So let's just ban out the champions with Vishy play so that you can get a slight advantage so that the Baron difference is not that big, right? So I'm liking what Dynasty is doing.
I still think that's kind of a bad idea because I think Bishi does have a big champion pool. Like that's undeniable. He has a
Yeah,
very
this is
deep
the
champion pool, so
and like, then again, right? All of the bans coming out from the side of Dynasty are just basically target bans. Like Varus is target for
yeah.
Kane, Fiora is target for Bishi, Darius is target for Bishi. So this leaves a lot of options for them to be picked up in the mid lane, right? And that's exactly what's going to be happening. It's going to be the Galio being picked up by Bishi for the mid lane pickup, right? And Galio is that one kind of champion which is extremely good. So I think we might be seeing our first pick Diana or Lee Sin. Not probably Lee Sin, but I think we might be seeing a Diana game this game because when Diana is not banned, Zack can carry on Diana. And Diana, I think he's still hovering over Diana, but then again, Six is going to be picked up. So I think Six and see this is what happens, right? When you're going to be target banning the Baron Lane champions, when you're specifically banning someone else, right? You're leaving champions
Mhm.
in mid lane being open. And see, and this is exactly what both the teams realized and are capitalizing on that. Picking champions like Galio, picking champions like Diana and Six, right? One of these champions are extremely good, extremely OP to be picked up. And that's what these teams are doing. So I'm liking how both these teams are drafting. They're using 100% of the brains. Nobody being brain dead and no picking right picks. So we are going to be seeing Kale hover over the Vayne pick as well because they know if they're not going to be picking ADC right now, the next two bans are going to be targeted towards him as well. So he's just going to be picking as well right now, right away, because if not now, it's going to be straight Azrael ban and the Vayne ban coming out, the next two bans coming out from Dynasty. So great thinking from Kale, just picking up the ADC pick right now. So now it's the turn for them to pick up another champion. So I think they're better off picking something like not battle laner. I think have to pick a battle right now, right? If it's not battle, they have to pick a support right now. So they're just going to be picking up a support and leaving Dynasty with another option to just ban out the battle again. So what do you feel? What do you feel this people are going to be picking? So I think they have Brom open. I think the Brom might be picked up by Akansha over here because this is the right chance for the Brom to be picked up because if not now, we know for a fact the Brom is going to be banned in the next phase of the draft. So it's going to be the Gragas
Ah,
being
the,
picked up.
the
So
Gragas
good
pick.
thinking by them. So now that the ban phase is done, I think it's going to be the support ban. The prom ban is definitely coming. I can see the prom ban coming. And then again, I think they're going to be seeing some jungle bans. I think Wukong ban is going to be coming out as well. So just take it from me. DDT is going to be banning Braum and Wukong. Meanwhile, Dynasty is going to be banning. Uh, they have to pick up ban lane. I think we can see a Riven ban or something like that. Riven or Lee Sin ban. Yeah, it's going to be a Lee Sin ban. So let's see how this draft is going to be working around. Because looking at the draft also, right? Dynasty,
Yeah.
all the three champions picked up by Dynasty are purely AP. Ziggs is AP, Diana AP, Grag is AP. So, and all of that are Galio is the perfect counter to AP damage as well. So, looking at just the draft, right? Galio is a very, very good thing, but then again, Galio cannot sustain against so much AP again, right? So,
Yes.
let's see how they're going to be picking. So, all Leon has to do is just build all AP defense. All AP defense. So,
Yep.
we
It
are
seems
seeing
that
a
way.
Shyvana being hovered over. We are seeing a Shyvana being hovered over. So I'm not really sure if Shyvana's going to be picked up or not. Obviously, Shyvana's not going to be picked up right now. So they are just going to be banning out something like that. So I think it's going to be a time for a Wukong ban or a Braum ban.
True. True. I do agree. Nami would be good to disrupt Leona when she engages. I guess that's something that we really could see here. And we will see the last of the bans now. Okay, Jarvan banned. That's
Okay, Jarvan
interesting.
ban. Very good ban. So they are comfortable playing against Braum. So they know Akansha can play Braum, and so they are okay with her playing Braum. So again, we are actually seeing the Olaf being picked up. So TGT just anti-drafting themselves, right? You're going to be banning out champions, all of the jungle champions. You banned out Lee Sin, you banned out Jarvan, you banned out Zinzao. They didn't really look towards the Olaf. And Olaf being picked up by them, it's going to be leaving TGT with very less options to pick up in the jungle, right? The only viable jungle that you can pick up right now is maybe the Wukong.
Yeah, or we could see a flex pick for, to be honest, like since
But
it's a
again, a
fresh
Riven. But again, a Riven. Okay, it is again going to be
Riven.
a Riven.
Great.
So yeah, decent teams. I mean, decent draft teams drafting around that, comms teams drafting around that, picks very, very good. And we are going to be seeing the Lulu being picked up again. So Lulu, Olaf is extremely broken.
Yes, that is very true. Lulu Olaf was the nightmare of season one. I guess this is something I feel like they are a little too AV heavy. Yeah, they are very AP happy on Team Red, but very tanky composition for TGT, of course. We've got Leona, Galio, Garen. So they've got a lot of engage options, to be honest, with TGT. That'll be really interesting to watch.
Yeah, they have a lot of engage options. So let's see how it's going to be working out for them because they have a Garen, right? And Garen against the Diana in the top. Garen against the Gragas in the top lane, right? So I'm not really sure who wins out, but I think they're just going to be poking each other out because none of these champions are going to be dying because Gragas is tanky, Garen is tanky, and then it all comes down to how the jungle gangs, right? Because jungle Riven is that kind of champion who can have good gangs. Olaf is not that kind of champion where you can have good gangs, right? Olaf is that kind of champion which is built for team fights. You know, they just go around the team
True.
fight, smurf on another team, even though Garen is going to be, the Galio is going to be taunting. It doesn't matter for Olaf. Olaf just going to be going running in, and Ziggs is just going to be making
Yeah.
easier work for him. So it all comes down to, who's the better ADC in this thing, right? Because they haven't picked up ADC. They have a Ziggs ADC. And let's see how the Ziggs ADC is going to be
Exactly.
working out for them. Because this is something
I
new.
really
They're
feel
trying
that.
it out against a very good
Yeah.
team, which is PGT. So if it works out for them, it's extremely good. But then again, you're just trying it, right? So you should not be having any regrets of losing this game because I think they are going to be auto qualifying anyways because
Welcome
BC
to
has lost both the
Wild
games, Milan Dynasty has won. So it's a trial game for them, right? You can try out stuff. So let's see if the trial is going to be working out for them or not.
Minions
So
have
yeah, I expect
spawned.
jungle to gang bot a lot because they do have an aggressive support in Leona there. So yeah, this is interesting. Red team is camping on the side of the jungle, getting into the mid bush, and I think that's that. They're just trying to avoid any kind of invade, and yeah, it's going to be an even game state for now.
Okay, so we are seeing a three-man being taking up the farm in the mid lane, right? So we just saw the Ziggs share the farm with Lulu and the Diana. I'm not really sure if this strategy is going to be working out for them or not because if you're going to be doing this, you're going to be punished really hard in the bottom lane. So that's exactly what the Leona. Yeah,
Okay,
so see,
so we
Leon
can
is trying
see.
to punish the six for that, but doesn't really happen. So we are going to be seeing Leon again trying to punish the six for that, and she is trying her best, trying to point the six out. Six is going to be used to force use the barrier to survive that. So see, this is what TGD knows what they're doing, right? You know, six is early in the
Yep.
week, in the early games, so just punish him for that. You know, he's going to be rotating a bit later, punish him for that. So TGT knowing what they're doing and making stuff happen again, right? So Leona
True.
is getting put again. Leona again is trying to do make something happen, uses the exhaust, trying to get the
Blue
kill.
team first
And they are
blood.
able to get the first
Red
blood,
team
and Leona is
champion
going to be the one
slain.
to fall. So really great micro play coming out by the duo lane of PGT, Man Crusher and Kale, proving again and again why Kale is the best ADC again.
Yep. This combination is amazing. The bot lane is so aggressive, and that's how you should start with Leona, especially against a more late game oriented bot lane in Ziggs and Lulu. That engage was amazing again. Like she just kept going in rotation after rotation, trying to engage. That was smooth by TGT. Now top lane Garen seems to be recalling. All
Yep,
right.
top lane. I mean, it's a pretty even game between the Dragon and the Kragus, right? But they just gonna be doing nothing because none
Yeah.
of them are playing active. So it's gonna be the mid lane which is gonna be worth watching because Fishy is playing Galio, meanwhile Zack is playing Diana, and I think Galio is like a direct counter to Diana because the moment Diana jumps in, right, Galio can just taunt her up, and I mean that just leaves Diana with no option but to just retreat, right? So this is already like kind of a
Exactly.
disturbing here in the mid lane, but then again, it all comes down to team fight, right? Galio is trying his best, trying to create a difference, but Zack again, excellent player by himself, not going to be getting falling into Bishi's trap, and just going to be looking for all of these team fight wins, right? So let's see how it's going to be working for the dragon to it. Because the first dragon again, it's going to be the cloud dragon, and I don't think that's going to be mattering because the top side we are going to be seeing the gang come out. Stark is going to be in trouble. It's going to be used to force the flash. We are going to be seeing Olaf use
Blue
unstoppable,
team
trying to win for the tower
champion
rate.
slain.
Ends up getting the first blood, so not the first
Oh,
blood, sorry, ends up getting the kill. So really great gang, but you invested a lot in that. You gave up your used up your ultimate, you used up your this thing, and we are going to be seeing trying to secure one of the plates of the tower as well. They are going to be able to get the place of the tower. So here is where I mean TGT is missing Bishi in the battle lane, right? Because the player has already fallen. So now it's time for you to recall, trying to get some farm back because now that the gank has been done, I think Dragas is an advantage over the Garen, at least in the lane. So meanwhile in the bottom lane, Azrael sit at 2.9k farm, 6 is at 2.6k farm. So Azrael is still gapping the 6, right? Gapping the 6. And this is exactly what Azrael is supposed to do. So Raven in the bottom side just farming really quick, right? So Olaf on the other hand trying to gank and get something out of the gang. So it's all going to be coming down to who's going to be winning the first fight because Million also, right? Pretty even as of now. No one's really in a big advantage. Diana and Bishi both this thing getting the first items up. Galio already has the rod of ages up. Diana has to go back. Then already has a lot of ages up as well. So we are going to be seeing a fight over here. We are going to be seeing Leona have a proper trim and ultimate,
Red team
amazing ultimate with
champion
Leona,
slain.
amazing engage over there. We are going to be
oh,
seeing Diana come in again. Galio comes in. We are going to be seeing Galio come in, taunt over here, get exhaust on Diana as well. Yeah, I think he might be able to get the kill on Diana. Diana ends up falling for Ignite. No, he doesn't end up falling to Ignite. He gets the level up just at the perfect time. And this is what I'm telling you, right? PGT is just a superior team over here. Them
that.
knowing Diana's recall and
Blue
the
team has
engage over
slain the
there by Leona,
dragon.
man. This Leona, the support difference is
Yep.
big. The support difference is big. The 3-man ultimate which
Yep.
Leona just gave over there, that just made so much difference. But that was happening. Gragas is still at the top, trying to put up pressure at the top, but I don't think he's been really successful over there because he's able to get 2 plates off, but that doesn't really matter because uh, the team is already over here. The Rift Herald is going to be looking to get fought for. Leona's over here, Vishi's over here. So we are going to be seeing them fight over here. We are going to be seeing the
Red
Olaf
team has
ultimate being
slain the
used, Blue
Rift
ultimate being
Herald.
used, but that doesn't really matter. That is going to be a
Red
total storm
team
PvP here.
champion
Everyone just
slain.
going to be
Red
getting
team
damaged by
champion
thing.
slain.
They're not falling
Blue
over here. So
team
Gragas
double
again,
kill.
right? Not to
Red
anything
team
at all, right?
champion
They're
slain.
supposed to
Blue
tank
team
for the team. They're
champion
supposed to do
slain.
something, but
Red
Gragas
team
ultimate
champion
wasn't even that
slain.
great as well. So PGP again winning the second team fight back to back, and
I don't think they should have taken Rift Herald again. Just like in the last game, um, I don't think if you're like if you've just lost out a big team fight, you need to rush the Rift Herald. Like especially in cases like this, because like we just saw they pretty much lost that team fight whole-handedly, and they don't have a good opportunity to recover that gold again. Like for now, I guess Gragas pushing up top was a
First
good thing
turret
because they did
destroyed.
invest some time into him, so he could get funnel some gold into his bank account. But right now, they really need Zik to farm, so that's not really happening. Creating some pressure somewhere else would be good.
Yep, that is kind of sad. And now that TGD is so much ahead, they can just win out every lane. And look at them
Blue team
pressuring out
lost a
bottom so
turret.
hard. And top is being top. Obviously, they lost the top lane because they won bottom sides. They are, it's obviously they will be losing top side. So Olaf is playing the smart game, trying to pressure on side where he's already winning. So Dave Turtle is going to
Killing
be using the top side.
spree.
Meanwhile, on the top bottom side, we are going to be seeing a tower dive come out on
Blue
bottom side,
team
which is
champion
going to be going a little
slain.
bit too deep,
Shut
ends up falling
down.
over here. Yeah, we might be seeing Zack getting kills, but no, everyone's going to be having right
Blue
calls and
team
going
lost a
back. So
turret.
Dynasty making stuff happen cross map, TGB is making stuff happen in the bottom side of the map. But then again, Dynasty, Zack over here, saving the game for them and completely destroying the split push coming. So TGT,
Blue
sorry,
team lost
the
a
map
turret.
pressure Dynasty is putting onto the map is completely huge. Getting the top side, getting the two turrets, getting one turret in the bottom side, meanwhile still having a turret up, even though your ADC is losing.
This is great. They really needed some gold. I hope they continue to push the lanes because until they get to a more competitive standpoint damage wise, I do not think they should team fight. They really should look for pickoffs or pressuring lanes.
See, I mean, there is a real issue. We are not going to be winning team fights this early onto the game. We need to let the Zig scale up. We need to let the Diana scale up, or else we don't team fights. So they're just doing the complete opposite, split pushing, and realizing this is team fight is not going to be our strength. So let's just split push, and they are doing that extremely good. So with this, I mean, TGT, I mean, the NC is showing that they are not any noob team, and they are here to win. We are going to be seeing TGT, sorry, them rotating over to tower dive. We are going to be seeing a proper
Red
five-man
team
tower
Uh,
dive coming
champion
out by them,
slain.
and Garen's going to be the one tanking all of this. So this is why people hate Garen, right? This is exactly why people hate Garen. He just tower dived on the six and just like absolute Sigma just went and tanked like some 5 shots and they end up getting the kill on six. So TT playing
one
such an
button
aggressive game
hero.
in week 1.
Garen is a one button hero, man. You can do whatever
Exactly.
you want, just ask the right guy. That was amazing stuff by TGT, but I feel Dynasty's got the right plan. Like you said, they are going for the gold in the lanes, creating more lane pressure, and that's the only way they can come back in this game. Here we go, dewarding by Galio. That's great.
Yeah. And now that the Dragons over here, we might be seeing a team fight over here. We are going to be seeing Leonov finally mess up one of the ultimate, and this is going to be costing them a lot because now that you don't
Yep.
have an engage option, you don't have the Diana, sorry, Leon engage option, you are going to be forced to wait for the ultimate to come back up because you can't really engage. Again, the Azul ultimate landing on three of them and doing so much damage. So now the six is going to be shining up, right? The six has the Leon
Yep.
Seco, six is almost at the Rabadon. So this has to poke right now. This is 6 games. So Diana again, proper 3-man ultimate, does so much damage. We are going to be seeing Galio use up ultimate, a
Amazing.
very defensive ultimate over here. And we are going to be seeing Drax finally use up a 3-man ultimate, ends up blocking the Galio, and Galio ends up winning a 3-man taunt as well. So this is why Dynasty is trying to step up and showing up. They have leveled up the gameplay. Now that we have the items, we are not
Red
afraid
team
to fight,
lost a
take a proper
turret.
fight. And
Yep.
they are going to be winning the fight. So they are going to be
Red
able to win
team
the
has
fight. They are able to get
slain
the
the
red turtle.
dragon.
Meanwhile, TGD has been again playing the smarter game, playing the bigger picture, and going straight to Rift Turtle. But are they going to be able to burst on the Rift Turtle in time before Dynasty can make it down? Right? Yeah, they can burst on the
Blue
Rift
team
Turtle
has
very
slain
quickly.
the
Yeah, of
Rift
course.
Gragas
Herald.
is going to be walking straight on them, but he's going to be using the thing just to run back. Leona is going to be engaging straight on the Gragas. Gragas ends
Killing
up falling as well.
spree.
So Gragas again, right, making see this is where the small mistakes are going to be leading to a big loss, right? If Gragas didn't get caught over here, you can just split push at the top lane and threaten the Tyrant turrets because the minions are already pushed. You just need someone else to give in more pressure. So big mistake, small mistakes it happens. But what to do,
Well
man?
spotted. Yeah, these things happen, but like I'm still very impressed by how Dynasty recovered in this game. They really didn't look for any big team fight. They just waited for the solar flare to be used by Leona and then they engaged and that was a good fight. In fact, it did take a lot to kill anyone on TGT for to be honest. So yeah, good game by Dynasty. We now might see some action top lane, but Garen's backing off.
No, but all of this happening. Azrael's just busy farming. Look at Azrael's goal. He has a
Yeah,
9K goal. That's like more than anyone else in the game, right? So if we're not
yeah,
going to be
that's
focusing
scary.
on Azrael, Azrael can end up carrying. Especially the scale, the Azrael being scaled, right? One of the best ADCs in India. And one of the best Azraels in the C region also, right? You can't let the
Yeah,
Azrael go unnoticed because Azrael free form, right? Look, he already has the Trinity up. He already has the Manamoon up. He already has the Stars up. And him having all of these items, that is going to be transforming Azrael into a late game beast. And you don't want that to happen.
Red
Especially in a
team
game
lost a
where
turret.
you don't have champions which can burst down the Garen. You don't have champions which can burst down the Leona. I mean, Olaf is a champion which can do that, but Azrael is good. You can't let Azrael farm up. And your team not having any ADC, right? The only late game scaling you are having is going to be from Ziggs. It's just going to be from Diana. And that is going to be getting countered very easily if people from the side of TGT end up making AP defense. And that's very obvious, right? We are seeing AP defense being made up by everyone. Look at Garen's build, Force of Nature being already built up, and going straight for the
yeah,
gargoyles as well. So all they have to do is like, build Abyssal Mask, build the Scowl, build the Spirit Research, and they just not really be taking any damage from all the AP damage, all of the AP damage, right? So shut down Astil. The only way Dynasty can concrete their win in the game is by shutting down Astil.
that'll be a toss to be honest, because they have defensive disengage tools as well with the Galio, and Leona can pop back in, so that'll be difficult. But yeah, I guess Garen on the other side would have been really valuable just to shut down SVL right now. So like props to TGT for that drafting.
Yeah, look at the Garen again, right? Like Garen is like playing very
Yeah,
aggressive, like trying to show ki we are over here to fight and you can't do anything to me because I'm a Garen and you're not me engaging on the Garen. But Olaf, let me look at Olaf item build. Olaf is gonna be going for the Black Cleo and the Death Stance, and he's also building towards I think uh what item does that build into? Okay, I think he's building some penetration item or something like that. But now that the dragon fight is going to be here, we are going to be seeing a proper fight happening. Olaf is going to be trying to go and use his unstoppable, trying to do something happen, but the exhausted Olaf can't really do a lot of damage. So Lulu ultimate being used up, Olaf ultimate being used up, uh, Asdal ultimate being used up. See, this is what Asdal spoke to Six out so much, and this is exactly what the Six is not supposed to do, right? If you're going to be losing out this 1v1
yeah,
and after all of your main carries ultimate have been used, you are supposed to be the one who's going to be doing
yeah,
damage, not anyone else. So this is where I think PGT is going to be getting the
Red
edge over
team
here,
champion
especially with
slain.
Gragas not being in the fight, right? Gragas is
Blue
going to be having
team
a very late
champion
TP, he's
slain.
going to be in the fight, but it's going to be too late. Galio ultimate is going to be used
yeah,
up as well. Yeah, I'm going to be seeing Olaf
Rampage.
trying to go in for the kill on the ADCs, but nothing's going to be happening. He's going to be ending up falling in
Blue
the process.
team double
Kale
kill.
just going to be getting the kills, and
Unstoppable.
Garen again. This is why the
Blue
people
team
hate
has
Garen. This is why
slain the
people think
dragon.
Garen's a hero, a cancer champion, just walking into everyone, getting all of the skills, right? Look at the Garen. He's 5-1-3. So tanky, he does so much damage, and he was almost the reason why people won the fight.
yeah. Dynasty really need to avoid team fights right now. Oh god, this is the Baron. I think this will be a little difficult to come back from, but we do see Dynasty walking up. Garen is I don't know how they can body block it just in case Gragas can pull off an
Blue team
explosive
has
cask,
slain
but
Baron
I don't think
Nashor.
it'll come off cooldown right now. Here are the TPs. Okay, that's it. This will be a very difficult scene to come back from.
No, but all of the lanes have been pushed up. Look at the bottom side. Bottom side has
Yeah,
been pushed up. Top side has been pushed up. The mid lane has been pushed up. They already got the plating just from the minions being pushed up, right? Even though the GS Dynasty is
yeah,
playing a very smart game, already pushing on the lanes because they know they are not going to be getting the Baron. So Gragas, right? If Gragas were there in the team fight, if Gragas was the one who engaged with her, they would have won the fight. But Gragas not being there, there is a bit of difference. Came in a little bit late, but then again, right? It's a
mhm,
Garen. You can't really do against anything against Garen.
yeah,
So can't really blame Dynasty for not winning that fight, right? Garen is just Garen.
true.
So
Yeah,
they just think all
yeah,
Dynasty
man.
has to do is wait for the Baron buff to dose out and then maybe take a fight because the next team fight which they take, they have a chance at winning. If no one gets caught out, right? Because if you had noticed over there, Azrael
Yeah,
almost single-handedly killed the six, right? Ziggs got caught
Yes.
off guard and Uncle just did so much damage. We are going to be seeing a proper engage come out on the
Red
Lulu again.
team
Lulu's going to be getting
champion
caught out. A
slain.
perfect slower flare by Leona ends up catching this. This is why I love Van Crusher on his Leona, right?
Red team
He's,
lost
he's
a
not
turret.
afraid to
Yeah.
use his ultimate. He's not afraid to catch people out. And again, this
Red
fight over
team
here,
lost a
a
turret.
very hasty engage by PGP. I don't think that's going to be working out with
Blue
Garen.
team double
Not Garen,
kill.
sorry, Galio again,
Blue
coming
team
in as the hero
champion
content,
slain.
saving the
It was
day for
Killing
PGP,
spree.
getting the kill. And
so
I
clean.
guess with
Lost
this,
a turret.
PGP is going to be able to finish the game.
Red team
Yeah,
Yeah.
lost
PGP
a
can
turret.
finish the game with this.
Yeah, the Baron was pretty much GG, man. That was like really
Killing
tough to come back
spree.
from.
Yeah, man. So
Oh,
this was a
okay.
nice game. A small
Yeah.
mistake. I don't think there's any big macro difference coming out by PGP and Dynasty. I mean, it was just the small mistakes, right? And the mistakes costed them, right? And I think the entire reason why PGP won this game was because of the Van Crusher. His Liana is just extremely OP. His engages were godly, right? Every time he engages, they catch someone out. And that is great. That's the difference which they need to create, right? So Van Crusher again proving he is fit. I mean, he's one of the best Leonas in India right now because this Leona gameplay is something which every Leona she's supposed to be looking like, right? The solar flowers, the
You're
Zen
Leona
plays.
main as well, right?
One,
You're Leona main as well, right? So I can see you appreciating the aggro.
yeah, exactly. I mean, this aggression from Leona, right? This is how everyone is supposed to play, and this is the entire reason why they won, right? Galio was okay. Galio, Azriel, and Garen. Yes, of course, they are OP champions as well. But this Leona engages, right? These was something very godly. And on the side of Dynasty also, right? They did try their best, but then again, when you're not having a ADC champion, when you're not going to be playing mobile champions against something which can just run towards you, right? Garen can run towards you, Galio can run towards you, Astel can blink towards you, Leona can just dash towards you, Raven can just 3 dashes portable towards you. Ziggs is useless. Ziggs doesn't have any escape ability, and that's exactly why they didn't do anything. Also, this comes out shows damage numbers, shows in terms of damage numbers as well, right? The Ziggs damage, even though it's the highest, it's not that high, right? Because just 17k, not really that
Yeah.
high. So
Yeah.
good game by all of them. Not any
Yeah.
major macro failures, just small mistakes. But with this, TGT is going to be the one who's going to be coming out on top of this game, and TGT wins the game between uh, TGT and Dynasty. So with this, I think TGT also secures a spot for the qualifiers, coming up top in the group stages of Group 3. And I think Dynasty is going to be the team which comes in second. So congratulations to both of these teams to making it to the qualifiers. So now that all the group stages are done, the qualifying games, right? Here is where the real competition is going to be beginning.
Yep. Really excited for that. And props to all the teams that took part in the group stage. Really nice games to watch. Honestly, Dynasty played really well. All things said. Outside the draft, everything was like they do a lot of good things in this game. And the qualifiers will be great to watch. So yeah, Chief.
Yeah, so with this, we're coming to an end of today's stream. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, like the stream because we have the qualifiers match coming up soon on this channel. The games are going to be starting on, I think, 28th, if I'm not wrong, this weekend. I'm not really sure when the match is going to be starting, but you are for sure are not going to be the ones missing out on that if you turn on the notifications on the subscribe to the channel, because I think we might also have a giveaway. I'm not really sure about that, but thank you so much for tuning into the stream. And with this, yeah, good night. Thank you so much. Good night.